I am totally on time.
No, it
Let's
is
double.
not, bro.
Let me double check here.
It's not.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I always gotta double check that. I get kind of paranoid that I'm gonna get it wrong. Uh, yeah, get up real quick. Huh. Huh. That's that's really weird. I feel like Twitch stats are bullshit sometimes. I don't know. Okay, so I got this set up. I wasn't super sure what theme to go with this time, so I'm just gonna do general internet drama. Uh, who was it? One of my on the community post, someone said to look into Dog Pack. And if you don't know, Dr. Malley and I have gone over it before, but apparently there's a new one. Hello, Gamma. How are you doing today? But so I'm not sure if I'm gonna jump right into that or not. If you guys would be interested in the Dog Pack stuff, because it sounds like the heavy stuff is finally coming out now. Oh, are you sick? That sucks. What? Like, what happened? How did they scare you? What did they do? Or like literal heart attack? Also, do you like my new little things? Did you see my rats? Let's drop this. Here's the where did I put it? I literally just saved this. Okay. Maybe I saved it in the wrong thing. I don't know.
Okay, so
But well, I guess we'll probably start with this. I don't know. Might be kind of intense. We'll see. Uh you have the power to veto at any time. So yeah. Uh yeah, let's start with this. Okay, one of our team had got some stickers from the doctor that said for rectal use only. What? And they put the sticker on a locker? Dude, that's an interesting sense of humor.
this video
I
is
say as we're going into like something that's probably horrific, but it should be fine.
going to focus around one instance of essay. I wanted to put all the
Okay.
essay allegations into one video, part 3, final video until Jimmy responds at least.
Okay.
I sort of overestimated how easy that would be,
So
as far
there's
as
gonna
like
be
getting everything
multiple?
approved with victims and lawyers, and like also traditional media is involved. They've been DMing me, New York
Hmm.
Times, Time Magazine, also like documentary people. I don't know. You're like, hey, I've
Huh.
worked with Netflix and Hulu and Apple TV and Peacock. Are you
This really is a
interested? And I'm
shit
like,
show,
I
huh?
don't know, but I think people should go to those more legitimate sources to get their stories out. So I've been
Uh,
referring people
what do you
to other
consider legitimate?
people.
Okay, they made us go to a meeting where they absolutely lambasted us, and the team lead was about to call our higher ups. Then they were like, "Nah, we're just fucking with you." Oh my god!
Because traditional has, you know, more resources than I do and better
I guess
legal protection.
traditional has more resources, but does that mean that they're more like trustworthy? Have you guys seen what they did to like PewDiePie and stuff? I wouldn't necessarily trust the traditional media like that much, but I could see how that would give you a heart attack, cats. What the shit?
Protections than I do for sure. I do have sort of that bigger project, the original part
Hello,
3,
Spoon.
and I have a lot of other interviews and other allegations that I'm working on putting together. So I
Yeah,
have something.
exactly. Yeah, I don't trust mainstream media. I don't know why he's saying they're like more legitimate. I mean, maybe it's just like the general perception from I don't want to sound too cringe here, but normies. So maybe that's what he's talking about. I don't
The
know.
original part 3, and I
I'm
have
going to save my like to see if I actually like how this goes. We'll see.
a lot of other interviews and other allegations that I'm working on putting together so I have something for when Mr. Beast responds. If his response is bad, then I can sort of point out
Yeah, that is true, Cats. What you can trust about mainstream is that they only have the best intentions for themselves. Very true, very true.
hey, he lied here and he deflected and straw
I'm
man
just
argument
thinking
or
of like
whatever.
Mandela catalog, like I'm gonna do that thing again. Mandela catalog hoodie guy. Hoodie guy. This guy. This is what I'm thinking of right now. It's distracting me. Why do you have your hood up? You're indoors. Are you trying to
As
look
well as like
cool?
dropping new allegations and
I shouldn't be clowning on this guy. Like, I know that he's like has like important information supposedly, but I don't know.
doing it in an opportune way so that they get the most eyeballs.
Yeah, he gives
But
off
yeah,
that passing
I just
sense of
wanted to say
familiarity.
this
Yeah.
is just around sort of one allegation. Also, everything in this video is allegedly. This video is not monetized. It's for educational
Okay.
purposes only. This is matters of public
Yeah.
interest. I'll put a
True.
like this
True. Can't buy into everything hook, line, and sinker. There's been too many false allegations, and then everyone ends up looking like an asshole. But the allegations still stick to the person. That's happened. Well, one time is too many times, but it's happened too many times beyond even one.
disclaimer on the screen. Yeah,
Okay.
here's the video. Okay, today I'm going to be covering Mr. Beast's
Hmm.
secret
Wait,
CEO.
okay. Is it? Hmm. Please do not contact people mentioned in this video. This video is meant to report on issues of public concern about public figures who are responsible for hundreds of millions of dollars and provide opinions and commentary. Huh. Is the amount of money important? I don't
Yeah,
know.
here's the video. Okay, today I'm going to be covering Mr. Beast's secret CEO, James Warren, and his
What is
involvement in
happening?
SA and SA cover-ups, like the one including his best friend, LaKoya Hill, who also happens to be
Oh
Mr.
boy.
Beast's secret chief operating officer, or was. And then I want to touch on the man himself, Jimmy
Uh,
Donaldson. Mr. Beast has very
why?
publicly and transparently been engaging in a massive
Why do we have a picture of that? Do we need to see a picture of that?
cover-up.
Yeah, I need 3 reports from 3 separate reporters to begin to believe something, and also, it probably also helps if, as long as if you know that the reporters don't necessarily have a big, connection to each other, because 'cause isn't, like, reporting, they always just, like, kind of take from a different reporter and then just reuse it because, like, "Oh, this source said this," and then just keep on going. But yeah, especially if it's not peer reviewed.
deleting a lot of evidence, and I think a lot of this cover up is going sort of completely under the radar. We're not even aware of what's being swept under the rug, and they're getting away with hiding and deleting evidence. After I called out James Warren by name in my last video, his Instagram and
Okay.
Facebook got taken down, and his LinkedIn got taken down.
I'm assuming this is Delaware, who was the one who supposedly did something to an 11-year-old? Kinda sad that reporters are super untrustworthy when they are part of big companies. Yeah, fair enough.
Quick profile on James Warren. He's Jimmy's cousin and secret CEO, and I say secret because
Oh,
they're
no, this is a
they're not
different
very
guy.
open about
Okay,
that
this
fact.
isn't
Like he
Delaware.
doesn't post about it on social media. It wasn't ever attached to his LinkedIn. He's never featured or really referenced anywhere. I heard that he's very aggressive. I've heard him referred to as a psychopath who screams at people and hits his girlfriends.
Uh,
There's
who's that from?
allegedly domestic violence charges that were filed against him, and I say allegedly
Okay.
because it turns out there's a lot of people in North Carolina named James Warren who
I mean
assault their girlfriends, I guess. So
I mean, it sounds like a common name. Separate is important, and I don't always know how independent they are. Probably part of the issue. Yeah.
I'm still having people look into these cases,
Hmm.
specifically that surprise witness on YouTube. She's been
What?
super helpful in like behind the scenes, just submitting freedom of information requests and
I have no
just
idea
helping
who
me out
that
a lot in
is.
general. She's super nice, super smart. She'll be posting a lot of updates on her channel, as she has been about the Mr. Beast situation.
Mr. Beast's video caused a military operation.
James
What?
Warren, also allegedly an ex-drug addict.
Yeah. Well, good thing that he said it's all allegations because all this is crazy. Yeah, no, it's probably also to protect his ass, but we'll see.
I've heard that he He offered
But,
cocaine
considering they don't know if it actually is him yet, probably good to say allegedly. Also just to, again, cover your ass.
hookers to editors to stay late. And then the really big
Huh.
thing is that there was some incident between him and a female colleague that resulted in the female colleague leaving the company and receiving 3 years in severance pay. I'm still actively looking
Okay.
into this incident, so if you have information, let me know. But I've heard
Hmm.
from multiple credible sources that this is true and this did happen. Also, I should quickly
Okay.
clarify that a lot of this
What is this?
investigation is allegedly.
This Canva or something?
That's sort of the nature of these instances.
Okay. Everything outside of court documents is allegedly all parties are assumed innocent until proven guilty. Fair enough. Yeah.
A lot of testimony, corroborating testimony. But the reason I'm publishing this is that hopefully it brings more information to light. Like after the
Oh,
judge
you're in Mr. Beast's hometown? Wow. Are they talking about that more over there, or is it just about the same as everyone else, I guess?
Weddle interview got posted, which was all mostly testimony. People
Yeah.
came out corroborating his story, and then ultimately Jimmy ended up apologizing and offering him $190,000, which to me I think is most likely an admission of guilt. You don't
Uh,
apologize for things that you didn't do. So anyway, I just wanted to get that out of the
I
way. But
I
what's not allegedly
I
is that
don't
James
know.
Warren was the former COO of acquisitions of a real estate
I
investment
also don't know how I feel about the accepting money thing. Uh, the college ECU kids are, but they still want to win a house. Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
firm called Greenstone Ventures LLC, which is one of the businesses listed in this indictment of his former
Mhm.
business partner, Joshua Hutchins, who was
Huh.
sentenced to 10 years in prison for running a real estate Ponzi scheme.
Ponzi
Okay.
schemes are great up until they just go bust.
So before working at Mr.
Well, that's
Beast,
what to be fair, a bunch of people say that about Ponzi schemes because it's really fun running a Ponzi scheme until you finally run out of money and everything implodes. You guys know what a Ponzi scheme is, right? Or do you want me to explain what a Ponzi scheme is?
James Warren was involved in a literal fraud. In fact, he's actually mentioned in the court transcripts of this case. This is the sentence hearing for Joshua Hutchins.
Okay.
I'm going to highlight testimony from just one of these victims, a retirement age woman named Sylvia. She testifies, I
Hmm.
came to know Mr. Hutchins through a very reputable and successful real estate attorney who highly recommended Mr. Hutchins and who eventually left his agency to become the chief operating officer of Mr.
If this is gonna be like, oh, I lost my retirement to a Ponzi scheme, that happens like all the time.
Hutchins' investment firm.
It's ridiculous how much it happens. It's really freaking infuriating when people have gone through so much to save for retirement and and then the scammers get them. Generally, the scammers are promising like way too high of an interest rate, and that's generally what gives them away. But sometimes they're a little bit more subtle than that. But either way, it sucks when they do that.
The chief operating officer of Mr. Hutchins' investment firm. She explains that the reason she trusted Mr. Hutchins was through the strong recommendation and endorsement from that very reputable and successful real estate
Yeah,
agent.
Ponzi schemes can be kind of funny when it's obvious, but yeah, definitely infuriating when people fall for it. To me, because of my messed up sense of humor, I guess, the funniest one to me was when I think there was a prosperity gospel church and they had a Ponzi scheme. And they said spoon, no. But okay, but that church had a Ponzi scheme, or at least they had like missionary people who were doing that Ponzi scheme, where it's like you are making a donation, and with this donation, you might get like a 20% return, and then they were surprised Pikachu face whenever whenever they got scammed. Hey, Binya, I haven't seen you in forever. It's good to see you again. We're going over the Mr. Beast stuff, and then we'll probably just go into whatever else. I was thinking about maybe talking about Primic, because Primic had like a huge thing with his stalker, and supposedly they kind of crippled her ability to harass anyone who talks about her. So I might not be as scared to talk about her now.
He represented Mr. Hutchins as highly competent and capable. He presented a successful track record and how Mr. Hutchins had delivered for other investments. On the next page, page 16, she testifies, my trust was and has been severely violated. This is the equivalent of financial rape. Many of us entrust
Yeah, she's a basket case, but the good thing is she's also very entertaining. So we'll probably do the Permic thing next. Unless if you guys want to do the college humor stuff, because I saved I saved the vape thing that you said, and I saved the Captain Planet stuff that you guys mentioned too.
Mr. Hutchins, who we've come to know to be
I mean,
fraudulent.
they're not necessarily wrong, but
Just
that's one way to put
$1.3+
it.
million of worthless paper signed by him fraudulently misrepresented in the courts. So Hutchins was convicted for soliciting investment monies by telling victims that their money would be put to work on a specific property. In fact, Hutchins did not put all the investor funds to work on the
Yeah.
property on which the investor was solicited to invest, and instead regularly used investor funds on other properties or personal expenses.
So
Now,
typical
what kind of
Ponzi.
personal expenses? Well, apparently he bought an AR-15 and hundreds of rounds of ammunition. His wife had a
Ooh, Ruger? I like Ruger. That's my favorite. I don't know how their ARs are, but I love their 22s.
domestic violence order of protection against him. He's accused of calling his wife a lying rat and sending
Hey, what's
menacing
wrong with a rat? Rats are fine.
photos of himself in
America.
tactical
What about
gear in the
America?
woods to her friends and family. Again, according to Sylvia's testimony, James Warren represented Mr. Hutchins as highly
Ruger
competent and
22,
capable.
my
She
beloved,
continues
yeah.
on page 17. James Warren, the then
I
realtor,
got a Ruger because it looked like a space gun. And that was enough to make me be like, yes, I have finally found one that I feel safe with.
who recommended me to Hutchins, also encouraged us to work
And then I got tracer rounds for extra fun.
Mr. Hutchins on trying to make it work, and we did until it became very evident as to his apparent intent of complete fraud. So James appearing to sort of try to mediate this exchange, saying, hey, give him a chance,
It looks like you can pet that mic. Like a very fluffy dog.
don't pursue him, don't sue him, just make it work, right? The real losses due to fraud are evident. Financially, he's
Yeah.
devastated my retirement. I
Yeah,
can only
that's
hope
generally how it
and
goes.
thank the good Lord that I have a brain to be able to function and try to earn back as much as
Space Gun Ruger is a viable option? Yeah, definitely.
possible. The impact, over $1.3 million in real losses. These are not, I got a piece of property, it was all fraud. She
Yeah,
goes on to describe
generally.
her financial troubles through the years, supporting her mother who had Alzheimer's disease, how in the crash of 2008 she lost her job and for 2 years was unemployed. In 2014, she
Oh,
had a severe cancer diagnosis, was out of
uh,
work for over a year. She continues, in spite of all that, I've lived very frugally and tried to make things work. I've made him know of all my history, and I told him I could not take the risk.
yeah, no, this is. It's sad how many times I've heard a story just like this.
He and James Warren, the then realtor, stated, oh, real estate. She goes on to describe how they presented it as a safe investment opportunity for her. And then James Warren's
If
business
anyone says it's a safe investment, run away. Run fast and far away. Unless if it's like a diversified thing, sure. But run away if they ever say it's safe and also say that you get high returns. That they are lying, they are scamming you. It's yeah.
partner defrauded her of $1.3 million. Now, can I claim definitively that James Warren was aware of the fraud that was taking place and willingly complicit in helping Mr. Hutchins defraud old ladies? No. But from what I've heard of James Warren's character, how he's hit ex-girlfriends, not let them leave the house, beat his dog, defrauded people
Oh,
in his own ways.
a pupper
Creative
abuser?
Juice is an interesting one that could be looked into, which was done with Mr. Beast, as well as another scheme that we'll get into that he conducted with LaKoya Hill. I personally believe that when he was working with Mr. Hutchins, he was in similar company. I think the COO of acquisitions would know and be sort of
Honestly, when I heard like, oh, there's a Mr. Beast issue, I would have expected way more the financial side than like everything else. Oh, speaking of cancer, uh, I went down the boogie rabbit hole because of y'all, and so I got liar tattooed on his cheek, well, face cheek. Yeah, yeah, on his face cheek, he got liar. It's a little tiny liar tattooed on him.
responsible for properties not being properly acquired through the court system. But again, that's my opinion. That's all allegedly. Now, on to his alleged best friend, LaKoya Hill. They both went to UNC Chapel Hill together, and they both, after graduating, got into real estate. But by 2017, LaKoya Hill was
Why
running an
do we have
adult
this?
entertainment event business in San
Can
Francisco called
please
LaKoya Hill
scoot the
Entertainment.
thing down,
Then in
please?
2019, he was hired to Mr. Beast as a producer.
Our party evolved
Okay.
into this place where, you know, you have the drag queens, the muscle daddies, the bears, the twinks, the like posh boys.
Now, I'm all for personal freedoms. I
Huh?
believe adults should be able to do whatever they want. However, I question what qualified the sort of go-go dance drag daddy of San Francisco for a job producing YouTube content for children. You know, it'd also be
Yeah,
weird if
that's
Mr. Beast
concerning.
hired
Definitely
Johnny
concerning.
Sins as the janitor, I guess.
Who?
That's not the real issue, though. The issue is that in late 2021,
What is
he
that?
was allegedly fired for sexually assaulting his assistant. Now, I put fired in quotation marks.
Good point. Good part. Good point, Spoon. Every tattoo is tiny on Boogie.
Because he was actually quietly moved to the dubbing company, which was Unilingo at the time. Here
Uh,
is proof that he used the Lakoya at unilingo.tv email, links back to
huh.
him, links to these photos, one of which was the profile picture for his YouTube channel, which also after my first
Okay.
video, his YouTube channel mysteriously got deleted. And
Huh.
at some point, his Twitter also got
Yeah,
deleted.
Boogie
I
is
don't know if
something
that's when he
else for
sexually
sure.
assaulted his assistant. I don't know if that's after my first video
Uh,
got posted. Either way, Booty Call Wednesdays are
do we
canceled. He
do
was
we need to
actually
see
brought
that?
back to Mr. Beast in 2023 after sexually assaulting
Dude, scoot it down. Why do we see this?
his assistant prior, and promoted to chief financial officer, which is how I personally was
Chief
introduced to
operating
him.
officer.
Here's some evidence from the internal Slack channel at Mr. Beast showing Lakoya Hill acting in some COO capacity, saying
Dude.
there's news reporters outside, do not engage with them. This was shortly after the Time magazine article came out. So here I have a document showing
Okay.
testimony from former Mr. Beast employees talking about Lakoya Hill. When I say
Okay.
verified former Mr. Beast employee, I had them send some form of proof. I know who some of these people are. They just want to
The musculature I'd be okay with. It's just he's just scrolled down to the bottom, okay? I don't want to see that right now.
remain anonymous, but you know, I'm willing to share this with like
Are we
an
gonna read
independent
all
third
this?
party if it needs to happen.
Ugh.
Personally, I don't think Mr. Beast is going to deny sort of this Lakoya Hill
Ugh.
story that I'm going to show you. But here's the first
Ugh.
testimony, and I'll say this person is especially credible.
I've heard of that. I have heard of that. The thunder from yeah.
In my opinion. I asked them, did you see or
Okay, if it was like Hugh Jackman, I don't know.
hear of any sexual misconduct at the company? They say yes. Lakoya Hill, the current COO. In 2021, he had an assistant named victim's name. I heard Lakoya acted very inappropriately with victim, booking hotel rooms with only one bed, walking around in his underwear, having victim come to his house and showing him his sex toy collection. Just
Wait,
in general,
did
Lakoya
he say
made
it was a girl? I would have expected based on all the pictures that he'd be gay, or maybe he's bi. I don't know. Yeah, no, I've heard it. I think I've seen them referenced in comedy shows, so I've heard of it.
victim uncomfortable. Victim started complaining to higher ups, and a report got written. Lakoya was put on paid leave for like a month. Then Mr. Beast moved him to the dubbing company, and he was hired back in 2023 and was promoted to COO, even
Huh.
though Jimmy, James, and Sue 100% know his history. Also, I heard that when Victim was let go, he was given $30,000 in severance.
Huh.
I could get you Victim's number. I don't know if he'd talk. I respond, yeah, that'd be great. Also, is there proof he moved to the dubbing company? I could
Huh.
look. It was the original dubbing company called Unilingo. Mr. Beast practically forced them to hire Lakoya, and then they poached Unilingo's employees and copied their whole business and created Creator Global.
If this is all true, this is very COO, Chief Operating Officer. I suspect they're into anything not uncommon for deviants. Very true, very true. And sometimes it's more just like a power thing. It's not necessarily like a actual sexuality thing, if that makes sense. At least that's what I've generally seen from like all the scandals that I've unfortunately looked into, especially in things involving children. It's generally power. Not that this guy's, as far as I know, involved with the children stuff, but still. If this stuff is true, this is very, very bad.
Verified employee number 2. Ask them the same question, have you heard of any sexual misconduct at the company? They say yes. I don't know how to spell their name, but Lakoya, something like that. He was brought in last year after having not worked there for a year or so at a very high level. I respond, Lakoya Hill. They say the reason he had been asked to leave previously is that he had sexually harassed someone that still worked at the company when he was brought back. Yes, Lakoya Hill. but they brought him
Oh, yeah,
back knowing
forgot
he had
this.
sexually harassed an employee previously.
I
And
always
people
forget to
often talk
change
about
this.
Lakoya making them very
Sorry.
uncomfortable on shoots. Verified employee number 3, I'm looking into more accusations of sexual misconduct at the company, wondering if there's anything you could corroborate. Have you heard of anything about Lakoya Hill? They respond, the old gay guy who likes to bang 18-year-old straight employees? Yeah,
Oh
I've heard of him.
boy.
Anything non-consensual to your knowledge? I heard he got in trouble
Huh?
for hooking up with his 18-year-old straight assistant, but the company kept it quiet from what I heard. He's a
So it's like the same thing about like what they say with like James Charles, right? Because don't they also say that he goes after like the straight guys? Am I getting this wrong? Is that the rumor?
producer and worked in the adult entertainment before Mr. Beast.
Eh.
Yeah, Lakoya Hill
Who hires someone from adult entertainment for a kids channel? That's just weird.
Entertainment. I heard he was fired for sexual harassment, then brought back a year later. That's what I heard too. Employee number 4.
There's sexuality, who you like, kink, what you do with other consenting adults, and deviance. Anything non-consensual. Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like if a normal person was given as much power as Mr. Beast has, they would probably hurl very quickly. Like like get sick from like all the power. What?
Do you know who
I do think in general power corrupts, so I don't think it's good to have like crazy amount
Lakoya
of
Hill is?
centralized
Yes. And
stuff.
you're
I don't
aware of
know.
the case that has been covered up for some time. Explain. Essayed multiple people, apparently roofied multiple
Oh
people as
God.
well. Verified employee number 5. I'll also
Yeah,
say
this
this
is
person is especially credible, but they worked there a while ago, like
yeah,
2020.
this is definitely if this is true, it's definitely bad. Gotta have a strong mind and will to be in a lot of power and very cruel in some ways. True, I think successful leaders tend to well, it depends on who you consider successful. Uh, I have a feeling that a lot of connections in entertainment are cabal of PDF. Probably. Uh, I based on the Epstein stuff, I'm not surprised at all if that's true. In general, yeah, I'm just of the mind that power corrupts, especially if you're not doing it for a higher purpose type thing. I don't know.
2021, around then. Okay, few things. Lakoya sexually assaulted his assistant who was straight and Lakoya was gay. You probably already know that. But James is best friends with him, so holy shit, was that surprising that they kept him
Yeah, I couldn't be as buttoned up corporate fake as Beast has for as long. I doubt I'd be likable for long though. Uh, yeah, no, I feel like you kind of have to sell your soul to be that like Mr. Beast level. It's it's kind of insane. I don't. And then who they're choosing to bring on just keeps on making it worse by the looks of it. Yeah, power for power's sake is probably the biggest issue. And I think that's generally why we have bad politicians is generally if you're the type to go for that position, then generally you're looking for power. Now, if you're kind of hoisted into power because you're good at your job, I think that's different. But if you're actively searching for power and fame, I think generally you'll make more morally questionable choices, if that makes sense. I mean, Mr. Beast did sell his soul pretty much, yeah. It's okay to make sacrifices for the greater good, but that doesn't mean hiring PDF. Yeah, definitely.
around way longer than they should have. There were reports of him making the assistant sleep in the same room/bed with him on trips, touching him inappropriately, and dangling his job in front of
Uh,
him. Employee number 6, did you hear anything about Lakoya Hill? I heard that incident
uh,
happened. I heard they let him go, and I heard they brought him back and just put him in a different department. And I don't know, but I think he's working
yeah,
there again. Now, recently, Mr. Beast has let Lakoya Hill go. They had this sort of leaked
so is this
email
the guy that he's calling secret CEO? Because it sounds like he's a COO, not a CEO.
where they say, therefore, along with Jeff Hausenbold, our new president and COO, right? Alluding to the fact that Lakoya Hill is no longer working there. Now, I have been
Okay.
open with Mr. Beast about the fact that I was going to cover Lakoya Hill. This is a single frame in my first video where I reference Lakoya. He's also in my Twitter
Huh.
header. And I've also just told people who work at Mr. Beast that they have to let Lakoya Hill
Huh.
go. So they did what I wanted and let him go, right? Well, just on a whim, I decided to look into the Creator Global LinkedIn, and it had gone private to where
Huh.
everyone just shows up as a LinkedIn member,
Okay,
right?
and the Creator Global is the thing that they said was the dubbing company, I think?
But I saw this.
Is
L,
that right?
LinkedIn member, president at Creator Global. I thought, you know what, that's a little suspicious. So I reached out to one of my connections close to Mr. Beast and I said, hey, can you look into this account for me? Because sometimes if you have connections, you can see private LinkedIn accounts. And this is what they saw. LaKoya Hill, listed as the current president at Creator Global. No work history between graduating UNC in May 2001 and becoming the president at Creator Global.
Yeah, I know CEO can sometimes be at the top of a smaller company. It's just, I don't know. I don't know why he's, because COO is still already a big deal, so I don't know why I just don't know why he's changing it other than maybe for the sake of the algorithm.
In 2024. Dude, this is like the 3-cup game where you gotta like keep track of the pets and race as Mr. Beast just moves them between companies.
They just sort
Okay.
of kept moving them around. You know, like those killer whales at SeaWorld? After it kills
Yeah, very true.
a trainer, they'll then move it up to Seattle. They don't give them their background.
Which I heard, you know, Mr. Beast or James Warren forced Unilingo to hire LaKoya as sort of part of their partnership without, you know, sending them the report on his alleged sexual misconduct at the company. I also have a voice memo from James Warren showing that they told Unilingo to process a $28,000 bonus for LaKoya, which there's definitely something suspicious going on with that.
Hey, buddy, it's James. Sorry to be bothering you. I've done my absolute best not to bother you. But LaKoya had presented a bunch of
Are we also talking about the CEO? Are we talking about the CEO, a former COO, and someone else?
stuff to me and Jimmy a little bit ago. All really great stuff. But he had asked me and Jimmy
Yeah,
personally.
okay, we're also
He's
talking about the
like,
CEO.
hey,
I
you
forgot
know,
about,
can I have
because we
a
started with James Warren, right?
$28,000 bonus for work I did in the past? And I'm like, yeah, of course, man. And the reason for that is I had brought him up to my level, and I don't take bonuses. So for like 2 years, he didn't get any bonuses when our guys were getting like crazy percentage bonuses.
Okay.
I need a favor. Sue cannot process this bonus through Beast. I need a solid. Can you please
What?
process a 28K bonus for LaKoya? Let me know.
This sounds
Bye.
shady as hell.
And then they used LaKoya to try to steal Unilingo's business, poach their employees, take their clients, and then Mr. Beast launched Creator Global, where LaKoya Hill is currently listed as the president. So that's LaKoya Hill. And that's just what I can put on the record. I will say that if Mr. Beast tries to deny this, more evidence will be brought to light.
Do we need
and
to
more
see
people will definitely come
Mr.
out
Beast in his underwear?
defending me,
Is that
saying, hey, this
necessary?
is true. These allegations are true. This
Does
is
anyone
all
want to
true.
see that?
Allegedly, in my opinion, for legal reasons. Okay, now let's move on to the man himself, Jimmy Donaldson. First, I'll show this testimony from another former Mr. Beast employee just to show sort of the work culture, especially from a female's perspective. She says, on my very first day, I was told to avoid being alone.
Fair enough. He's getting to the naked truth. Very fair. I mean, I do own a DVD. The DVD sounds weird, but it's not weird with context. I have a DVD called Adam West Naked. It is not Adam West Naked. It is Adam West talking about the behind the scenes of 60s Batman.
Alone in a room with certain people in positions of power. At least once a week, I was subjugated to inappropriate questions and conversations. Once, a male coworker asked me what I would do if Jimmy assaulted or harassed me. On another occasion, this same coworker said it wasn't fair that women could just decide a past sexual encounter wasn't consensual. Many of the men I worked with would make assault and
I mean, what are you talking about though? Because I've seen times where this is like used in a bullshit way. But what are you talking about? What was the context of this conversation?
jokes on a daily basis. They would scream and hit walls.
Okay, pedophilia jokes is kind of. I'm okay with a lot of jokes, but generally the pedophilia ones make me go a little. That's one of my just. I don't like going there.
And they got upset. The minute any woman leaves a room, they would talk about if/how they would fuck her. I've heard men comment on female contestants' bodies many times. Not everyone behaves this way, but no one openly speaks out against it in fear of losing their job. If you complain about any of this, you'll be shamed for being too sensitive or just ignored. You can't take anything to HR either because Jimmy's mom runs it.
Wait, his mom runs HR? That sounds like a huge conflict of interest. That doesn't sound like that's gonna help. Why not just hire a third party?
Pretty common for people to essentially get paid to leave and stay quiet if they make enough noise about something. There is no employee handbook, by the way. If you ask for one or what the company's policies are, they just tell you to ask them and they'll let you know if anything is against the rules. But again, there's nothing in writing, which is true.
Doesn't that contradict what was in one of the other videos? where they had like an employee handbook where he got the no mean doesn't mean no thing, where you're just supposed to keep on pushing like a used car salesman? Is that a contradiction or is that a totally different thing than an employee handbook?
The leaked document is just the production manual, not given to all employees. Here's another testimony. This person will go on the record. This is Jess, who accused Ava Chris Tyson of sexual assault. I think her
Okay.
case has been sort of mostly ignored because she wasn't a minor when it happened. But she was a Mr. Beast employee, and you can see in her evidence and her communications with the company the clear signs of a cover up. You can see them like threatening her with legal action and emails and saying like, oh, we're going to have a law firm investigate this. Well, they had one firm do an internal investigation, McGuire.
Look, I like making jokes that are very sus in terms of horny, but these jokes are just in total terrible taste, and any jokes about a person's body that you don't know personally are terrible. Yeah, especially if you're in front of them. Uh, yeah. It's at least inappropriate for the workplace. Written versus unwritten rules with the handbook, I think. Okay.
Woods LLP, the same law firm that sent me my first cease and desist.
Hmm.
But then they hired, I guess, Harvey Weinstein's legal team, allegedly, to
I did
re-review
hear that.
everything. So I guess they weren't happy with the results of the first internal investigation. Also, yeah, this new law firm, Quinn Emanuel, Mr. Beast has worked with them
So if the
previously.
Harvey Weinstein people are like good at their job, now let's say that. How much worse would it have been if they weren't good at their job in terms of the Harvey Weinstein backlash stuff?
Allegedly, to internally investigate LaKoya Hill's sexual misconduct. So why don't you make that report public, Jimmy? Anyway, here's Jess's testimony. I only hung out with Jimmy a handful of times, but he definitely was a little more reserved around me because I wasn't a part of his inner circle, or the boys club as it's called. I did hear
Okay.
Jimmy straight up say that the guy making a documentary on him right now has footage of him saying stuff that would absolutely get him canceled. It's just a
Is that
well-known thing. The
you
boys club
or
is
someone else?
misogynistic and looks down on women in the company despite what they might say publicly. Behind closed doors, the women in the company know that the culture is a problem. I have heard
Okay.
multiple stories of Jimmy being directly informed of SA happening at the company and proactively working to keep it quiet.
Again, if this is true, this is like absolutely horrible.
So just directly implicating Jimmy in the SA cover-ups. LaKoya with an 18-year-old.
We don't know the tip of the iceberg of Weinstein's victims, so they did their job. You know what? You're actually right. Very true.
Straight assistant. So she's one of the people corroborating that story. Ava told Jimmy about a time she was essayed by another talent member on a private jet, and talent members / employees making advances towards contestants was a regular occurrence. The reason all of this was able to happen for so long is because Jimmy is deeply misogynistic and only respects what he considers to be traditional women. He pushed those values into the company when he created it, and it resulted in several SA allegations we know about,
That doesn't
and
make
probably a lot more we don't know yet.
what? If you Huh? What he considers to be traditional woman only respects those. What? Huh? How is he? What type of people? I'm very confused. Like, are we talking about like trad wives here? Is it he only respects trad wives, or is it just like he wasn't? I don't know.
I will say a lot of the SA allegations are still not public.
Regardless, though, you should treat everyone with equal respect. So it's weird.
Man, just fire James Warren and LaKoya Hill. Fire them. Don't just move them around. Or I'm gonna
Yeah.
start dropping nukes. Anyway, let's. I'm gonna move
What
Maddie
was that
Spadell
one?
away from all this.
There's a lot of women in LA that hang around him are attention seeking, maybe? Okay, yeah. Like, I'd understand that. Because there's a certain stereotype there, and I wouldn't be surprised if people were kind of acting on it, even if it's not always necessarily fair, but I also kind of get why it exists at the same time. I don't know.
I just want to touch on this briefly. So Maddie Spadell, who's Mr. Beast's very public ex-girlfriend of 2.5 years, posted this on her Instagram story.
So she's an ex for 2.5 years, or she was the girlfriend for 2.5 years?
She doesn't mention Jimmy by name. It's sort of vague. I think probably either because she's under an NDA or maybe she's just testing the waters to see how people respond before sharing more information. But also, it's
Why does he have the same like face in every picture? It's kind of uncanny.
like not that vague if you have reading comprehension and can read context clues. She says she spent years being quiet, never acknowledging that time in her life. 19 to 21 are formative
Okay.
years, impacted how she saw herself and how she trusted men. Months of
Okay.
therapy. She says how he treats other women will ultimately be how he treats you. So how does
Yeah,
Jimmy treat other
that's
women?
true.
I don't really get along with women. I don't really get along with women. I don't really get along with women.
Well, women are stupid because they're inferior to men.
That when she and a group of
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. At this point, if Jimmy wants to get off the hook, he needs to get lessons from Boeing. Oh, I hate. Oh, those assholes. Yeah, true. True. I don't know about these clips. Like these are so short. I don't know if that's not necessarily if it's necessarily fair to go after these because they look like they're just jokes. I don't know. Because I feel like the best way to present your evidence is to make sure that everything you present is as strong as possible. Because if you have kind of weak links, then people might try to like chip at those, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
contestants who were menstruating during the event had asked the production staff about getting their underwear more quickly. She had been told that it was
What?
not a medical emergency.
You'll never
What?
actually respect a woman, but just act like you respect them.
My God.
Mr. Beast withheld my birth control. I have ovarian cysts. You can't just stop taking birth control.
I don't really get along with women.
Also in this podcast, Jimmy goes on to talk about
Yeah, they are 5 second snippets leaving out context. And I really want to know what that context is. It looks like they're just jokes. But some of these other things, I guess the medical stuff is more of a question. Million weak links still makes a long chain true, but I just feel like it would be best for him to present things in the strongest way possible, if that makes sense.
his relationship with his current girlfriend, Tia, in very weird ways, in my opinion.
For us now, like an idea of a date is just to like take an IQ test and then study and see if we can get a higher. An idea of a date is just to like take an IQ test. And then she was like, I'm an author. And I was like, fuck yeah, good. She has a hobby. And then I just DM'd her. I was like, oh.
Wait, what? What? I feel like I'm missing something.
Ways, in my opinion.
For us now, like an idea of a date is just to like take an IQ test and then study and see if we can get a higher. An idea of a date is just to like take an IQ test. And then she was like, I'm an author. And I was like, fuck yeah, good. She has a hobby. And then I just DM'd her. I was like, oh, so your book, can I read it? She sent it over, read the whole book, and it was just like acting like it was the greatest book ever. I don't really get along with women.
It's all of our job.
We don't know if the book was good. What? And yeah, most authors are doing it as a hobby. What? Unless he's saying that this person was a professional author. We don't. What?
Jobs to protect our friends, our moms, our wives, our sisters, our daughters, ourselves from people like that.
Stop with the
That's
picture.
a pretty clear statement, if you ask me. Now, I almost feel like there's been a campaign against Maddie Spadell to discredit her before she's even shared any information. A lot of like cloud chaser and gold digger allegations. I'll say this is also from that Rolling Stone article. They referenced the breakup. The reporter says, Maddie Spadell, who's appeared in a handful of videos, those in Mr. Beast's inner circle told me that Spadell had been a positive influence, forcing Donaldson to prioritize work-life balance more. Donaldson did not want to comment on the record about the breakup, citing Spadell's privacy. Yet Chris Tyson, says Donaldson's singular focus on work was a major contributing factor. I think that's what he's going to be looking for next. Somebody who can...
Yeah. It's a really weird moment to put that in. I don't know. I feel like he has a lot of really good information, but I feel like this could have been presented better with a different editor. And I don't know if that's mean, but I feel like it's true.
Match his obsession with business and money and all that kind of stuff. So not a bad word to be said about Maddie Spadell from Jimmy or the people in his inner circle, which is pretty unusual of an ex-girlfriend. I'll show some of the brain dead media coverage headed by Cuckstar and his news organization Drama Alert. So here's just one of his many posts about Maddie. Thread of every time Mr. Beast's ex-girlfriend
needs an editor for sure.
Downplaying the clout chasing claims against her. So let's see this extensive thread. one post of a TikTok where she says she was traumatized at 19.
Fair enough.
Why do you think that's about Jimmy, Keemstar? Allegedly complaining about Mr. Beast fans. This is her most popular TikTok period with over 6.5 million views and was posted last year. And then Drama Alert goes on to give one more example. And that's
The nerd who knows the subject but totally antisocial and can't talk to a crowd? Maybe. That might be what this is. I don't know.
the end of the thread. So see her most popular TikTok.
Though I am an antisocial nerd, so I don't know if I can really throw stones in glass houses. He either just gave up on being professional with what he's been through, or he's very bad at reading the situation. I don't know.
Seems
I
to be a
really
way into her
don't know.
relationship with Mr. Beast. And then she has hundreds of more TikToks where she never even tried to recreate the success.
Nothing wrong with liking drones. I can talk for way too long about X-23 and Power Rangers. So we all have our things.
Of that first TikTok, right? Like if I'm her social media manager, I'm telling her, hey, post about Jimmy Moore. And she obviously knows that if she did that, she would get.
Have you seen what they do with the drones in the military now? It's pretty intense. I think in like Russian Ukraine.
Get more views, and yet she doesn't do it. Hundreds of TikToks, about 30 of them are about Taylor Swift, maybe 3 are about her ex-boyfriend of 2.5 years, which for a Swiftie, it's extremely low to post only 3 times about your ex-boyfriend who's now incredibly famous. So if she was clout chasing, she's doing a horrible job at it. Drama Alert, on the other hand, has posted more times in the past month about Maddie Spadell than Maddie Spadell has ever posted about Mr. Beast. So I just wanted to address that because I think Mr. Beast knows Maddie has nukes against him and he's trying to discredit her. So let's look at this leaked email. This is from Mr. Beast. It says, yesterday Dawson saved 100 billion. Whoa, guys, whoa.
What?
Guys, I don't know how that got there. That was the wrong email. I don't know how that got there. Yeah, so I've actually heard from pretty credible people that this email was not leaked. So
what?
Why lie about it? Devious or deceptive tendencies. Here he is quoted in that Rolling Stone article saying, I'm great at lying. But I wanted to focus.
Are we doing the sociopath thing? Because that's... I don't know. Calling someone a sociopath is kind of cringe generally. I mean, sometimes it's true, but generally when they're talking about it, it tends to be kind of cringe. Okay, let's see what we actually have
on
here.
this part where they say, therefore, along with Jeff Hausenbold, our new president and COO, we will be hiring a new chief human resource officer, chief financial officer, interesting, and general counsel, along with other roles to add capacity and competencies to foster a better internal culture as we continue to grow. So what's interesting about this is that the only person named in an initiative to foster a better internal culture is Jeff Hausenbold. But what's ironic about this is that Jeff Hausenbold has been in the news previously for the internal culture that he helped create as managing partner at SoftBank Vision Fund.
Does everyone have to have like the same creepy smile in order to be successful or something? Huh. If he is a sociopath, he probably isn't as bad as Greg Heffley. Is that the Diary of the Wimpy Kid dude? Because I remember seeing like a Mumkey video, and that kid is messed up.
Nasty executives shaped macho culture at SoftBank Vision Fund. And here's Bloomberg Business Week. SoftBank Vision Fund employees depict a culture of recklessness. It has also been described as an environment of sycophancy and harassment. So seemingly all the problems that people have with
Yeah, very true. If you aren't a clientician, I generally don't trust your label of sociopathy or narcissism. It gets thrown around so much, especially in like locale spheres, especially with the chick locales. They love calling everyone a narcissist, like literally everyone.
Mr. Beast's internal culture. But this Bloomberg article also goes to call Jeff out by name. Jeff Hausenbold collects cars, including a blue Ferrari, and claims to own a 20,000 bottle wine cellar, although he doesn't drink himself. Acquaintances describe him as smart and arrogant and almost entirely lacking in self-awareness. He's also gotten away with some questionable behavior. In a discussion about whether to invest in the stationary bike startup Peloton in 2017, according to 2 people who were in the meeting, Hausenbold opined that its exercise equipment appealed in part to men who masturbated to its workout videos.
Is it just a joke? What is the context here? If you're making that joke at work, that's kind of weird. But then again, if it's also just, I have no idea.
Dude, I want to jerk off! Fuck! I want to jerk off!
Look at those arms. Holy shit.
SoftBank denied the claims, but it's an oddly specific thing
Nice.
for two people to make up a story about masturbating to Peloton workout videos. So yeah, maybe I don't see the vision with hiring this guy as the new president. Also,
Ego-driven, which most of us are, is very different than actual narcissism. Very true. Like, little me was very concerned that maybe I'm a narcissist, but I think I just have like attention stuff. I don't know. But then again, I'm a contradiction. I both want attention and want to be like left alone forever.
this is just what I can share right now.
Their work seemed like an HR nightmare for sure.
Now I do have more information that I'm trying to get out. Trying to get permission from the victims and everything. Also trying to save some things for when Mr. Beast responds. So anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching.
Huh? I mean, cute, but adorable, but okay, but what does this raccoon trying to scare away the scary human have to do with anything? I feel like this needed a different editor. Like, some of the allegations are definitely pretty intense, and if they're true, this company is, sounds like a nightmare to work for, but, I don't know, I feel like this needed someone else to put this together, to be in a more coherent fashion. The thank you for watching, now leave me alone is what you got going on. I mean, kind of. I don't know. Okay, hey, I wasn't able to include everything I wanted in this video for multiple of reasons, and I had to scrap and restart multiple times. But keep in mind that I've had hundreds off-the-record conversations, and I'm very confident that everything in this video will age well. A lot more stories will come out regarding everyone in the video. Also, I'm a one-person team, and I'm not just trying to get views. Trust me, I know the video slash title slash thumbnail could be more optimized, but that's not the point. People who need to see this video will see it, and more will come out of it. Trust, thanks. I don't know, but you got this whole you're kind of like internet sensation right now because you have like all the Mr. Beast stuff. I feel like you could bring someone else on board at least for some help. That sound like a fourth grade book review of a kid's favorite book? Which one? What? Sorry? Hmm. I'm gonna go on to the premix stuff. I'm not sure how I feel about the Mr. Beast stuff. I definitely think it's concerning, especially the amount of people like this in a kids company. But I also kind of want to wait and see where this goes. Oh yeah, the whole video? Yeah, it's I really do feel like we needed it to go through a few more rewrites. I don't know. I feel like it was kind of all over the place. I don't know. I feel like the context might age well, but the whole thing is like a cake that tastes really good, but for some reason someone put pickles in it. Makes no sense. Yeah, no, I've that's how I kind of feel about the video. We need to hear the court cases, yeah. I feel like this will lay the groundwork for some really good videos later, but I don't know what's exactly going on with the legal situations behind the scenes because that's honestly what matters more. Because otherwise, it's just content, and like that's great and all for YouTubers, but if these horrible things are actually going on, how are we actually going to change this? You know, if so getting that killer video out isn't as helpful if we're not getting like court cases and things. Does that make sense? Am I being too cynical? Yeah, I can't wait to read the stuff that gets through Discovery. Oh yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah, okay. Not too cynical? Good. Good, good. Okay, let's this is not nearly as well, this is messed up. this isn't as nearly like the same amount of like serious allegations, and there's a lot more comedy to this. There's 3 parts to it, and I haven't seen. I saw the first 2. I saw this one years ago because I've been subscribed to Primic on my main thing for a while now. It's more deranged. Yeah, that's very true. It's very true.
Save money and make money on Depop. Buy your favorite brands secondhand for cheaper than retail.
Hey, sister.
Also, to be fair, to be honest, I just kind of like laughing at Lily. Some of the things that she does is just a little crazy. As an understatement, I don't like this video.
Hey sisters, I just want to say real quick before the video starts, thank you guys for 500k. We're growing pretty fast, boys.
Ooh, nice.
Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's a wild
from 4
one.
years
It's
ago.
great. You'll love it.
He didn't make as many videos after this, I think partially because of all the Lily stuff, and I think that seriously caused a drop in video amount. Not necessarily quality. His quality is generally good whenever he does show up.
So in the last few years, Instagram has been getting some heat because on their app, there's a lot.
Actually, if you guys remember Tiger King, I saw the Tiger King stuff from him before Netflix, because he did a whole thing on Joe Exotic.
Lot of fakeness going on. There's a lot of models and influencers who appear to be these perfect, attractive people living perfect lives, but in reality, behind the scenes, a lot of it is all fake. Just ask my girl Tana. She knows her way around Photoshop. But today, we are taking a look at one girl who fabricated her entire life.
Hi genies, and welcome back to my channel.
The song's actually pretty good.
I'ma grow you white roses, so you can learn to be kind.
Okay. Those eyes. It's people say that they think her teeth is. Let me see if I have it here. I think people have talked about that maybe with her teeth, it's a sign of like development stuff, and that might explain some things. And it might be more like her mom leading her on. Oh, and I have had to block 2 Dave text messages since learning about they're listening. Oh no. Dave's coming for you. He's gonna try to give you $100 for who knows what interest. She's not like a totally unattractive girl, but I feel it's like the angles. What are you doing?
So you can learn to be kind.
Why put on makeup if you're just gonna cry it off? What?
What I want. And I'm tired of people telling me what they want for me. This is what Lily Jean wants. You understand?
$100 in paying for my Panda Express, Dave. Freaking Dave.
This is Lily Jean. She's an 18-year-old girl from New York who is a Instagram influencer. I didn't find much history on her, but she started her Instagram page around 2016, and over a very short time, she has gained a massive.
Okay, did you guys like actually like use Instagram? Is it normal to just basically do the same pose over and over again? I never really used it other than like to look at Scotty Young art.
Following. She mainly posts about makeup. She's like a makeup guru. Although, as a male who doesn't wear makeup but for some reason watches a lot of makeup videos on YouTube, they're entertaining, don't judge me. Her makeup skills seemed kinda basic to me.
I want to start from here.
When you hear about a makeup guru with a huge
I have no again, throwing stones in glass houses. I don't do makeup. The only time I have makeup on is when my mom makes me for special occasions, and even then she does the makeup for me. But that kind of looked like shit.
Following.
Oh yeah? Honestly, I feel like from what I've seen of the makeup people, it seems like just in general they have to have interesting personalities anyway, because they're trying to like because they need to keep your attention during the whole like makeup video where they're putting shit on.
You expect professional skills, but I noticed Lily's work was kinda subpar compared to a lot of other makeup artists who had a lot less followers, so that was
I guess she's trying to do like cyberpunky? Is that what this is? Or is it like anime-ish? Because either way, I don't know if it's really working.
As I looked more into Lily, I found out on her website she's apparently a self-proclaimed actor who's been training in the arts since she was very young. But again, looking at her skills, they didn't really wow me.
Do you know what I intend? I intend to be queen. When I grow up, I am going to be the biggest queen there ever was.
I was getting some Disney Channel vibes.
What does biggest queen mean? Does that mean fat? Are you gonna be like medieval, like that's a status symbol thing? I have an IG that I barely ever use in the same camp as Twitter for me. I only use Twitter for work. And by work, I mean VTubing. Yep, I only have Instagram from my mom. Yeah, that's why I have Instagram. It's partially it's for Scotty Young art, but then I doom scroll, so I try not to do that stuff. It's mainly just to keep in touch with family because I like using it.
Vibes. And it was the same exact thing with art. I read that she was this master artist that's been doing it since she was 11, but when I finally found her art, Little Mermaid was looking a little botched.
Oh my god.
I'm not trying to be mean, Lily Jean, but
She's
I just found it
amazing.
really weird because on websites and in articles, Lily was portrayed kind of like this prodigy child who had all of these amazing talent. But then, looking into her work, it didn't seem to match up with the hype. But it didn't matter if her talents were a bit misleading because she did have this massive audience. You don't need skills to gain followers as long as people like you. And since she did have thousands of followers, brands
Facebook is just for ants, so I feel you. Yeah.
were constantly working with Lily. She was
It's like the
receiving
same picture every time.
sponsorships, she was being invited to very exclusive events.
Is this also Photoshop? Why is she like... Did they Photoshop her on a child? What is the proportions? I am mesmerized. What is this?
She was on a billboard for CoverGirl. She was in a Teen Vogue magazine. Honestly, she was living the dream. She made a career out of playing with makeup and going to parties. Sounds like a good life to me, except the parties. I don't like people. But a problem arises with Lily.
No parties.
When people start to question who this girl is.
Honestly, my idea of a party was always just like watching B movies and having popcorn and like chips.
Now you may be thinking, if Lily is this extremely popular social media star, how am I just hearing about this girl in a dumb priming video? Just
I mean,
as a
to be
quick
fair, I don't know
comparison,
anyone.
Laura Lee, who is a household name in the beauty community, for good or bad.
Let this be about me. It's not about my family. It's about me.
She has...
I think that's the only reason why I've heard about her is because she cried that one time. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of famous people who I have no idea who they are.
She has 2 million Instagram followers, so therefore, logically, Lily Jean with 1 million followers should be known at least a little bit in the community. But no one knows who she is.
Maybe?
Do you know who she is? Have you heard of her?
I don't know who anyone is.
And that's what started this crazy rabbit hole. One day, a random person came across Lily's page, and like you, was confused as to who this girl was. So, he started a Reddit post to try to get some answers. Now, a logical conclusion to Lily's unknown fame would be that she bought followers and likes, and that's why no one heard of her. And that's actually what the Reddit thread did find fairly quickly. I'm gonna be brief so I don't bore you guys with the statistics of growth, but just looking at her stats, she went from gaining 150,000 followers in 1 month, which then drops to 6K the next month, and then goes back up to 150K, which is a huge red flag because followers shouldn't fluctuate that much. I also found a time frame where she went from receiving 20,000 likes on her post to only receiving about 100 in like a week, which heavily implies she stopped buying likes at one point, and her engagement rate is below 1%, meaning only 10,000 of her followers are active on her account. I could go into the comment pods I saw, the cross-media deviation, etc., but that's too nerdy. I'm ain't about that life. I'm a reformed nerd.
What's wrong with being a nerd? Being a nerd can be a superpower if you use it properly.
And just to be clear, legally, I'm not saying, wink wink, that Lily is buying followers. Mainly because Venus Angelic's mom is already trying to sue me for slander at the moment.
I hear that she's like Venus Angelic's mom was squatting in a house or something and was like a hoarder. I don't know. I need to look more into that one.
And I can only handle one crazy lawsuit at a time, but I can say her account is filled with fake followers. There's not a doubt in my mind. So this seemed like a simple case of someone buying followers, which happens all the time on social media.
Other than like the engagement, do you Are you gonna show us some of the fake followers?
It's not that interesting and I won't even care. But this story
Eh!
gets a lot stranger.
Don't jump scare me. That's mean.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Everyday prices are too high. Food.
I haven't heard of her, but her rise seems similar to the crazy saga of Caroline Constar. Also sort of deranged, but not buying followers. Drama, just mental stuff mostly. Who is this? Why does she sound so familiar? Why does she sound so familiar? Oh, I like her videos. I know that she had like this. I don't know much about this, but I liked her other videos. Like she has funny music. Yeah, I think she was everywhere because of this. Like people got very mad at her faking a pregnancy, which is scummy. And I think she also like faked a miscarriage. But she does have funny songs. So I knew about her beforehand, and I was like, okay, she's like a total troll. So was this just a troll? And then I meant to look into it, and I just never did.
The fake followers explained how no one had heard of Lily, but they didn't explain how she was working with so many brands. Brands are usually pretty good at sussing out the fakes, and they usually won't work with accounts that have low engagement, but Lily was doing all these massive brand deals. She was constantly going to events, and they all looked legit, but if you start looking closer at Lily's posts...
Was she just like pretending to be sponsored? Because I think Christian did that.
You start to notice some problems. For example, the photo of Lily at the Met Gala. Once zoomed in, you would start to notice some weird distortion, which this is a sign of Photoshop. And after looking around, someone was able to find the exact photo it was Photoshopped from. Lily covered up Katy Perry. That's a war crime. The Teen Vogue magazine Lily was on the cover of also looked Photoshopped, and it actually had to be because, funny enough, Teen Vogue doesn't even print magazines anymore. And then there was a
Then why even bother faking that? If no one cares about it enough there's no more magazines on it, why do that? Is it just easier to not get called out on?
Collab.
But then there's clear evidence that it's no longer going.
Lily Jean had made lipsticks with a company called Bite Beauty. She made an entire vlog of her making the lipsticks, picking out the colors, and at the end, she claimed people could go buy her collection.
Wow. That is perfect. That's absolutely perfect.
But the thing is, Bite Beauty is a place where anyone can go make lipsticks. It's like a Build-A-Bear for makeup. Why isn't Build-A-Bear?
It makes me so sad. Build-A-Bear used to be great. And now, like, their quality is just going down so hard. Like, even when I turned into a legal adult, every single birthday, I go to Chili's, I get the chocolate molten, and then I go to Build-A-Bear, and I get another outfit for my Build-A-Bears. I do that. But lately, their quality just sucks. So I haven't really been going anymore, and it makes me sad.
Done that. Build-A-Bear, you need to expand, boy. No one wants bears anymore. They want hairy lipsticks. Lily tried to pass this off as her old collection so much that the actual company had to tell her to stop because it wasn't a collection.
Oh, yeah. Imagine the Karens.
This girl just went to Build-A-Bear Santa's workshop, made some lipsticks, and tried to say it was a collab. Crazy.
Oy.
And the more you look, the more you just start to see bizarre stuff on her page. Like, she has a bunch of photos of her acting shocked in public with a caption saying that the paparazzi caught her. Girl, no one knows you.
What? Why is it like what?
I have paparazzi. Your mama taking those photos. We both know. The most shocking thing to me was that her mom was not only going along with the lie.
It's the wrong shape of mob. I'm not paying you.
But she was actually participating in it. Her mom also had an account and she would be posting fake photos to feed all of these lies.
On the billboard attached to the CoverGirl store in Times Square.
Does she just naturally kind of sound like an anime girl, or is it like fake?
Congratulations, baby. Mwah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but
did she just kiss her mom on the lips? Okay, definitely fake.
A
Good.
parrot is supposed to teach you right from wrong. Like Timmy, don't eat bugs. That's bad. Timmy, don't pick your nose. That's gross.
Fair
Timmy,
enough.
don't scam people into thinking you have followers for free PR and money. That's bad. But Lily's mom was fully
Okay, thank you, Spoon. I will refer to your expertise.
helping her daughter create this fake life to mislead everyone.
How much do you think is actually Lily believing this? And it's just like her mom, like doing like a weird Gypsy Rose thing? And how much do you think is they're both in on it?
Now this is where the story becomes a real-life Black Mirror episode. So we already established the fake followers and the fake posts.
I feel like she gaslit herself at this point. Well, it's also the mom.
But the lies don't stop there. So if you look at Lily's page and you
97% belief, probably? Maybe.
venture into the comments and you sift past the verified comment pods, you would see two distinct types of accounts commenting. The first type were fan accounts. There were dozens and dozens of Lily Jean fan accounts that would comment and repost images of Lily, but these accounts were weird because they
Who had images of her as a... Was that her as a toddler? Who got that picture? What?
Types of accounts commenting. The first type were fan accounts. There were dozens and dozens of Lily Jean fan accounts that would comment and
Did I
repost
miss
images of Lily,
something?
but these accounts
Yeah, what was that? Kid her, what?
were weird because they all had nearly the same username. They all posted
Okay.
very similar content. And
You are not Batgirl, stop it.
once again, I checked, and they were all also filled with fake followers. And on top of that, how does she have all of these fan accounts if she doesn't really have any fans? So it
Fair enough.
appears like Lily created dozens of fan
Yeah,
accounts
don't
of
sue me.
herself to give her
poor
comments and make it seem like she had a lot of fame. I don't know if that's narcissistic, crazy, or sad. Maybe all of the above. But
Yeah.
it gets even worse. The second type of accounts commenting are what I call friend accounts. There was like 5 to 10 accounts Lily would always chat with in every single post. And at a quick glance,
This is one of my favorite things. I'm not sure. Again, this is another question of, is she helping run these? Is it just her mom doing this? What is going on? Because these accounts are kind of unhinged.
it just looked like a normal conversation between friends. Not that I know what that looks like. But once
Fair
again,
enough,
looking
yeah, I
closer
feel ya.
into these accounts, they just appeared off. The main problem with these accounts were that they were all using fake photos they got off Google and they were trying to claim it was them. And also, these accounts would randomly post pictures of Lily with no context at all, or they would use her hashtag in posts that weren't even relevant to her. They were accounts made to look real, but they were just being used to give Lily engagement and act like her friend. But the psychotic part is not that Lily appears to have an entire network.
Bye. Thanks for the raid. We're going over the first video that got this poor man to get stalked by this chick, and YouTube is finally actually doing something about it. Supposedly. So
Work of
we're
fake friends
going
and
over
fans
this.
that she communicates with. No, that's not the psychotic part. The psychotic part is that every single one of these accounts has their own backstory. For example, this one is a Muslim girl who's struggling with conforming to her religion. This one is an unapologetic trans boy. This one is James, Lily's best friend who has a gay husband named Mario and is very good at design. And if you haven't picked up
Why are they so elaborate? / also like the most shallow stereotypes at the exact same time.
on it, these accounts are all very stereotypical of the fake people they portray. The gay guy's good at design, the Muslim girl dislikes her religion, the trans boy says yes all the time, and there is just dozens and dozens and dozens of these accounts, all behaving the same, all with fake.
YouTube doing something similar to the government fixes something? I mean, the only reason why YouTube's doing anything is because a bunch of people kept on like spamming YouTube and it's like, hey, actually do something. And then YouTube had to actually do something.
Followers all posting pictures of Lily. It's crazy. Lily copyright this. Sell it to Black Mirror. But the worst account I came across is Shaniqua, who is the most racist stereotype of an African-American girl I can think of. The entire page is filled with bad grammar, exaggerated speech, and just plain racist stuff that I don't even want to say or show. Since this has gone public.
Yeah, it was Nick. Nicholas Diorio kind of started like a Twitter thing. Because for some reason YouTube only like responds on Twitter and not to like real emails or anything like that.
Most of these accounts have gone private to hide their posts, but Shaniqua has stayed open, I assume because they lost the password.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
They
That'd
can't
be
get
great.
back in.
If they just lost the password.
You can go view that right now. Be warned, it's very racist. Now at this point, I don't really know what I was
the Shaniqua account's crazy. That one's so unhinged. It might be my favorite, just for being awful. Thank you for the follow.
I was trying desperately to try to put myself in Lily's shoes to see how does one person get to this point in their life where everything they portray is a lie. I think faking followers is one thing because you're doing that for fame. Faking brand deals is one thing because you're trying to appear like you're important. But for someone to allegedly fake an entire group of friends who you pretend to hang out with, you're not doing that for fame or clout. You're doing that to solely make it appear as if you had friends and a social life, meaning
that's
you
must
sad, not actually have any friends, which I found to be very sad.
You have a friend in yourself. Okay. Hi, friend. Yes.
This gives me like same like kind of Christian vibes, where I like flip between you're crazy, you're doing this to yourself, and then it's also like this is really sad. Please find help, and just flip flop. I flip flop with Lily here.
I'm so lonely and sad.
I truly admire Primic because even after all he's gone through, he's still trying to see her viewpoint. Yeah. Maybe she's very lonely. Yeah, that's really sad, honestly. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if she's homeschooled too, based on like what we've seen of her mom.
But
or was homeschooled.
I am happier
if that makes sense.
without these weirdos surrounding me.
What Lily and her mom are doing is not right. But while looking into
making friends is freaking hard. It really is. I had like one friend in middle school, and that was basically it. And then a handful in high school, and then I got a little bit more in college, and then I lost them all. But it's interesting. Friendship is generally I end up with like a handful, and I'm good with that handful because the handful that'll stay true to you are worth it.
I actually found out she was homeschooled, and it seems
I'm not surprised at all that she was homeschooled.
She only has her manager mom.
Well, you got internet friends. I don't know how much that means to you, but you got internet friends.
In her life, the previous manager mom I covered is currently trying to sue me, so we know how that goes.
What?
So I can't help but feel a little bad for Lily. I just have this gut feeling, a twink intuition, some might say, that Lily's mom is playing a major role in a
tuition.
Skin to me is just getting my acne under control in a healthy way. I've been wanting a simplified and effective
here for the money. What?
A lot of this. When this story first blew up, Lily was receiving a lot of backlash, and she actually began losing a lot of her followers rapidly. People started mass reporting her account, and Instagram started clearing out all of the fake followers. She lost over 200,000 followers, which that's crazy. It also appeared like brands were dropping their affiliate codes with her. It was bad news bears.
The fact that she was able to get affiliate codes is actually kind of impressive. Even if it is with bots and stuff, the fact that they didn't get like noticed is actually impressive to me.
It was for them. The main reason people are so mad is not that Lily cheated her way to the top, it's that by doing this, she is now stealing opportunities from actually talented makeup artists. There's a lot of great artists out there who struggle to get an audience, and when brands are giving out PR or they're looking for sponsorships, they only care about numbers. They don't care about your talent. So Lily, with her
True, but I don't know like how much this one chick is gonna take away from the pool, but I don't know.
Par work and the little the little mermaid thing. I'm sorry.
She's great. I love her. Oh, the hands! Oh, why does it have like glitter on it? It's digital art. Why does it look like it was like made at her preschool?
She's stealing opportunities from people who actually worked hard mastering their skills, and it's unfair. When the backlash first came, Lily and her mom tried playing it cool. They tried denying all the claims, and Lily made a whole video trying to debunk everything.
Hello everybody, so yes, this is my official statement, and we begin.
In the video, she came across very arrogant. She had this attitude of, I know I'm right, I got all the facts. Thank you.
AI art is saving us from that. I mean, AI art, I know that people hate on AI art, and there's like reasons for that because it's kind of like trained on other artists' work, and I understand being mad about that. But I don't think that it's like bad as using it as a reference to like start on something. Because I think generally it shouldn't take jobs from like from real people generally, just because from everything I've seen, you know. The denial stuff is what frustrates me. Cover up is always worse than the crime. I respect the hustle, honestly. Fair enough.
But she didn't actually debunk any of the claims at all. The video was like one of my 9th grade presentations that I did 10 minutes before class because I forgot about it. I didn't forget about it. I just procrastinated until the last day and then getting flashbacks.
Yeah, you got caught. Move on, for sure.
Why? I mean, I know they're jealous of PR.
And her attitude is actually the thing that stands out most to me about Lily. She just has this way of talking that feels very fake and forced, and like she's on this pedestal looking down at the viewers. That's the vibe I get from her. I'm not trying.
Honestly, I think it's how she was raised. Everything that I've seen, I'm blaming the mom more than her.
To tear her down, but I know she's gonna see this, and I'm trying to help her realize why people have a problem with her. Her entire persona feels like an empty character, and when you try to force empathy and you try to force emotions and happiness and all the things she's forcing, people can see right through that. People can see if you're fake, unless you're a good manipulator. If you want people to believe you, you just gotta
special snowflake syndrome. Yeah.
Sit down and be real.
You know, I've done red before, and like, it's like not my thing, you know? No.
I really wish the video ended here because this.
But does she feel like it seems like she's like imitating like every Instagram or like every influencer person ever, you know? Like with that like fake sass thing? Yeah, no, because Repzilla is kind of a snake. Have you seen his video? I definitely see why he doesn't like him. Everything that I've seen from him is eh. So yeah. Yeah, with the helicopter mommy, even worse, for sure. For sure.
Been a nice redemption story in the making. I like a good comeback story. But unfortunately, soon later, Lily and her mom began going on this massive tirade against the haters.
She's who I want. This is what I want. And I'm tired of people telling me what they want for me. This is what Lily Jean wants. You understand?
Anyone that talks
is that her real voice? Is that what the real voice is without the anime voice? You still like him, kinda? From what I've seen, he generally seemed to be like chill dude, commentary guy, but still. Oh, definitely, mom's living through her daughter. I don't see any other reason why she'd do this.
The story was classified as a bully, and Lily and her mom would engage in a lot of pointless arguments with people that just made them look even worse. The main incident was with another influencer named Lore. She was a girl who came across Lily's story and was very intrigued.
Dang, Spoon, you sniped me. Not a licensed psychologist. Yeah, yeah. Good guess.
Intrigued by it, like a lot of people are. It's crazy. So she ended up making a simple tweet asking her followers if they've heard of her. Now Lily and her mom somehow came across this and they started fighting with Laura. It's a long petty argument, if I'm honest. I don't even care about it. But this Twitter feud ends with an ambiguous tweet by Lily's mom saying, Lauren, just wait what we have in store. Ends with an ambiguous tweet.
Wait, you're calling someone else racist? Bro, you probably are the one running the Shaniqua account. And why are you using child? What?
Tweet by Lily's mom saying, Lauren, just wait what we have in store for you and your family. Play dirty, I play lower. Now remember, Lily and her mom are victims of bullying here. They are no way aggressors. They're peaceful people being targeted. But the crazy part is, this threat comes true.
They're like the peaceful protesters.
A week later, when Lore's Twitter is suspended for violating rules against spam and manipulation. Which I don't know about you guys, but that sounds like...
Yeah, using child and claiming race, that's a special kind of dumb. It's in the same sentence too, I think.
Like, she got banned for using fake accounts and doing something shady like that, right? And who do we know who uses a bunch of fake accounts? I don't...
Do she move? Underhanded. Not the worst strategy. I'm gonna say it.
Oh no. Could be anyone. Lily and her mom have denied that they tampered with Laura's account, but funny enough, a few other accounts that were very outspoken about Lily and her mom were also permanently suspended at the same time for the same reason. You guys can come to your own conclusion. I'm not implying anything. God, that cough's been bothering me.
The bot army.
Me all day. I'm not getting sued.
It's probably worse than getting sued. It's getting stalked worse than a frivolous lawsuit. I'd say getting stalked is worse than a frivolous lawsuit.
Current time, Lily and her mom are still buckling down that these rumors are all false, and they actually have been teaming up with a few small streamers who believe their story, which is perfectly fine. If you disagree with my opinion, if you think Lily is not faking anything, and you think she's a victim of bullying, you can express that. We can all have different opinions and discuss them peacefully. The only problem is, one of the streamers, Danger Zone, is some kind of shady fella, because in his live stream defending Lily, he actually maliciously doxed a fellow creator named Creepshow, who was also outspoken.
This is an old video, isn't it? Yeah, it is. She got into a lot of trouble. Okay, what's sad is if she went about it the right way and grew normally, she'd probably succeed more. Very possibly. Maybe.
Spoken about Lily.
I could go ahead and
I don't know though, because I remember seeing like this clip when I went to go and see the movie 8th Grade. I think it was a movie made by Bo Burnham, and he had a little thing where he talked about the movie, and the kid in 8th grade is a YouTuber, but she has like the only followers are like her family members and friends, and he's like, this is what most of the internet is, and that's kind of crazy to think about, that it's just a bunch of people kind of screaming into a void sometimes. Oh yeah, no, she is entertaining. I will say that. I feel like the mom would probably send a hitman at people if she was able to get away with it. I wouldn't be surprised.
just click this right
Oh yeah, because of the mom, she won't succeed normally. Probably, yeah.
here and go boop, 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 boop. And then I can go ahead and get her email address. So let's just go ahead and check out what her email address, smcreepshower@gmail.com. So
For business,
I'm going to go ahead and throw that right there into a nice little program that I have.
Now luckily, he got the docs wrong, but he was also trying to get her phone number.
What's worse? Trying to dox someone or failing at trying to dox someone? Because then you're an edgelord and got nothing to back it up.
Through her emails, he was trying to use
I guess it's better if it's the edgelords who can't back it up, but still. Mom is trying to get a hold of Hasbro to call the Punkertons. What? Pinkertons? Why does this sound familiar? I don't know what you're talking about.
Programs to find more info on her. He's just an all-around shady fellow. If you can't get your point across without having to threaten or scare someone, then your point must not be that strong. And Lily and her mom were cheering this man on the entire time he was doing it. There's nothing I can say. They're only hurting their reputation by supporting someone like this.
Why are you using like your own reaction gifs? I feel like that's kind of weird. I don't know, but I guess for marketing reasons, you use yourself to reply. I don't know.
The story is just so sad to me because this whole situation could have all been over if Lily and her mom just came clean and were honest with people. But they are standing.
They're a group that covers things, and they were sent to get back cards that were sent out too early. Oh, interesting.
Their ground, and they're defending this facade they created. And unfortunately,
oh yeah, of course, for Magic the Gathering, that because that would be that'd probably be worth, those cards would probably be worth a lot.
It's ruining any chance Lily has at a future in the makeup world that she desperately wants to be a part of. No brands want to work with them. No one wants to associate with them. All I can say is,
yeah, just imagining like a super, like my head vision thing of them is probably like far way off. But I like to think of like a SWAT team coming in to get the cards and recover the cards. Oh wait, really? They're like a private SWAT team, really? That's funny.
Best of luck, Lily. I don't think you're evil. I just think you're being misled.
What? More special guys too? Oh my god.
A start.
Whoa.
Inside out and
Yeah, no, I figured that's what you
down.
meant. The special forces.
No stress, I'ma clean up this mess like Alice.
Okay, where's the... I'm gonna scoot it to the next one because I got the playlist
And
going.
welcome back to this US Open office plan.
Miller just lobbed a message way over Jones's head.
Feel free to let the priming farm know that we have given their real name.
Okay, and then this is where that one was the inciting incident. We haven't gotten to the crazy stuff until now. Autocorrect is making my real feelings known, or...
names to the DA's office along with screenshots from their Discord server as they have a penchant for playing with children under 16 years old.
What?
Hey guys, how's it going? We have no time for chit chat. We have serious issues today. So 4 years ago, I made a video on a girl named Lily Jean. I'm sure everyone here remembers her.
I'll get you, my pussy, and your little dog too.
But in case you didn't, she was this Instagram influencer who had 1 million followers, but when you went through her page, you started to notice some things were off. For example, she had all of these followers, but no one in the community actually knew who she was. She had posts from events that she appeared to go to, but when you looked at them, they were photoshopped and she never attended. And one of the weirdest things is that she would interact with a lot of accounts on her page like they were her besties in real life, but the accounts were not real people. They were these weird made-up characters that were a little racist, kind of homophobic. It was a crazy video. Go watch it. But the reason we are here today is because for the past 4 years, Lily and her mother have been doing some very crazy stuff behind the scenes, and it's reached the point where I can no longer stay silent. Before we get into the madness, I thought we should take a little time.
Cats has been having it bad for like the past few streams with autocorrect. Also, like AutoMod hates him for some reason.
And have a little catch up since it's been 4 years. That's a long time. What has my girl Lily been up to? The biggest change is that she went and got her teeth fixed. And no matter how I say this is gonna sound mean. So I'm sorry, but I don't know how to say it.
I will say, good on Primic, he never made a teeth joke the entire time in his original video. That took restraint.
She had teeth that were like underdeveloped baby teeth. Look, I'm not a dentist.
Like,
I don't
no,
know
like really, it does look like that.
I have never brought up Lily's teeth at all. The only reason I'm bringing it up now is because I know online a lot of people bullied her for her teeth. So
the farms.
She went and got them fixed, and they look great, honestly. We're still going to war, and I will destroy everything she knows and loves. But I'm happy for the teeth. They look great. The next big change that happened is she completely gave up on
Yeah, I think Automod thinks you're sexist for some reason. I don't know why. It's dumb. I feel like in general that I kind of expect that from Twitch though, because doesn't it have that reputation for being a little bit trigger happy?
On her makeup career, she's given up on that, and now her new career is acting.
Why? Haven't you heard what they're saying about me? I'm a degenerate animal.
I'm glad she was the one to say it.
Well, this is what a degenerate animal from Jersey does.
What is happening?
That was something. I was planning to show more clips, but I honestly think I think that's all you need to see.
No, I need to see more of these. I need to see more of these. Oh god. Oh my god, the singing. Oh god.
When you sink your teeth in me.
Oh god. Why is it like one of those failed American Idol auditions where they went and like purposefully sounded weird so they could be on TV? Oh, I forgot to like this one. Look, I'm not sexist. I'm mainly afraid of women most of the time. Respectfully afraid, of course. Hey.
You look a little odd. Your dancing is terrible. The singing was horrendous.
Oh, baby, baby.
Eh. What?
Choose kindness. Be calm. Everything's fine.
Why did she meow?
Why did she meow at the end?
Yeah, no, you should be afraid. You should be very afraid. She was put into theater or something structured, not singing. She would be much better off. Probably, yeah.
I watched every video Lily has made for the past 4 years, and I noticed that she also started doing this weird thing. She'll make a video that is like a compilation of all her acting clips, but then she'll pretend
not getting to the woman talk. I need Automod to like me. No, you don't need Automod to like you. I can overrule Automod.
pretend that it's like a trailer for a movie that's gonna be coming out, and then she'll take this trailer and she'll submit it to a bunch of like really tiny film festivals that like I don't even know if they're real, honestly. And these film festivals are giving her awards for these trailers that are just clips of her
was she the only one who entered? Huh?
acting.
We just won another award. This one is from the Critics' Choice International Film Festival.
I have no idea why she does this. I don't think someone from Hollywood is gonna see this and be like, wow, she got the Stingray Award from sif.org.in. Let's hire her right away.
Okay. Okay, sure, whatever. Whatever floats your boat, Spoon.
So while I was catching up with what Elizabeth has been up to, I started
Oh
to do a
yeah,
little
I guess that would
digging
be
into her
the
posts,
shorter
and
version,
one thing
huh?
I noticed was that she was linking to a
Or
bunch
the true long version. Especially with like how she spells it. It's kind of weird. So I guess she's actually like Elizabeth?
articles that she was featured in. And at first, I was kind of proud of Lily because I saw these articles and they all seemed to be legit. The journalists seemed to be real.
Yeah, no, he keeps it classy, but also like the right amount of pettiness. Let's do a little compare and contrast thing. He seems to like one, this is not about like struggle cuddle allegations. So that's one difference with the dog pack video. And then he also like knows where to place it, so the timing isn't weird. I feel like that it might just be because of the subject matter is so different, but I think it's also just comedic timing. Just the other guy's not funny, and that partially makes it harder. Because technically, it's fine to make jokes about dark things. That's generally where some of the best comedy comes from. But you need to actually be good at it, and I don't think Dog Pack is.
The articles had real information. Everything
Yeah,
looked
timing
fine.
and
So I
editing.
went to these journalist pages to see their other articles, and I noticed two things very quickly. One is that all of their articles were oddly very similar. A lot of them had matching titles, and the interview questions were like copy and pasted. It just
Okay,
felt
so it's some type of weird content farm thing.
like the articles were pre-made or they were made by like AI. The second thing I noticed is that most of the people covered in these articles were wannabe actors or artists. If you take any random name from these articles,
I
and
really
you
don't
look
think it's gonna help you. I don't know if anyone's ever gotten a job from one of these fake articles. I feel like you're getting scammed.
up who the person is, 9 out of 10 times they would lead you to accounts with less than 5,000 followers, and the person would be some kind of wannabe actor, artist. So at this point, I
feel like if anything, if you pay for this, it makes you look less legitimate. So I think you'd be better off not paying for one of those.
like something shady was happening, and this all eventually led me down a super deep rabbit hole until I eventually discovered this. What is this, you might be asking? On Fiverr, there is a category under digital marketing called guest posting. What this is essentially is that you pay people very little money.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Holy shit. I would not be surprised.
And they will write fake articles on you, and they'll post it to places that look really legitimate. So if someone is looking to hire you eventually, they'll search your name and this super official looking article will come up, and they'll be like, wow, you're so talented and famous, I'm gonna hire you right now. The problem though is that I had no proof that the journalists Lily's articles were engaging in this. So what I did is I put on a Spotify playlist, I took an Adderall, it's prescribed.
Can I see what the chill bops are? Let's see if they're let me see if I know what any of these are. I don't think I know any of these.
Playlist. I took an Adderall. It's prescribed. Don't worry. And I spent a few hours combing over Fiverr until I found a listing for a person named Penguins for Hire. So I scrolled through his product photos, and he had this article posted as an example of like what he can do.
I appreciate the extra effort to go through and actually find the actual job listing thing where you can buy these.
He cropped out the journalist's name to try to like hide what they're doing. So I looked up that article and I discovered it was written by Yitzi Wiener. Is that
how you say that?
This will be real embarrassing.
For reference in German, this is said as Wiener.
Wiener.
But
okay.
in English, this name is pronounced as Wiener.
Okay, no, he said it right.
Am I crazy? But Yitzi Wiener is the same guy who wrote.
Wait, what? Were people saying like anti-Semitic things about her? What does this have to do with anti-Semitism? What? Penguins for hire seems professional. I mean, penguins look like they have suits on. Yeah, true. And then there's like I think I think one of the major book publishers, I think their logo is a penguin. So there's that too.
Lily's article. Hey Lily, that's a bit odd. But we don't stop here. Then I went to the reviews and someone had posted an article that they had bought but they were unhappy with. But if you clicked on that photo, that article was written by Gigi, the same journalist that also wrote one of Lily's articles. Huh, it's a little odd. Lily, I want you to know that you have made an enemy. And as your enemy, I'm going to look into everything you do until the day I die. And even when I'm dead, I'll hire a private investigator or something and we'll continue to look into everything you do because you've messed with the wrong guy today, buddy. I'm medicated and angry.
Oh. Were you trying to publish something or were you trying to work there? Dude, it's hard regardless.
Yo, those are nice. Hold on one second.
Candace, what's up? I think my daughter's going pro in basketball.
I'll take those.
Wait.
Okay,
Like what were you writing? Like nonfiction, fiction? What type of thing?
Get into some of the juicy stuff here. So, a few months ago, I was
I'm kind of hungry again. Don't show me steak again.
Looking through my comments on the channel, and I noticed some very weird comments that were saying some really weird stuff. They were saying that I wasn't a real person, that I was an AI, and I was controlled by other channels, and like, I'm not real. It was like actually...
Ooh, cool. That could be interesting.
Insane stuff. Like, I'm real. So
I understand it's a very competitive market, so that could make it hard.
I decided to look into what was happening here, and I discovered that it was comments coming from multiple accounts, but they were commenting a lot
Are they
of
bots again? Right, and you're responding to someone who disappeared and never came back. Do you think he's real, dummy? Ma'am, you're old. Who's racist? You. Why do they always call everyone racist? He's dead. He was killed. Y'all stupid. Do you breathe? Huh. Urban fantasy before was popular and better written than mine. Lol. Well, just got some Mickey D's as a fancy meal before I leave Vegas.
Same stuff, and I also noticed that the comments were almost entirely on my Lily Jean video. So I got a little suspicious because in my mind, I was like, who do I know that's got some kind of correlation, connection
What is this
with
picture?
fake comments? Huh. Really? I'm not a...
Are you a McNuggets person or are you a burger person? Or something else entirely with your Mickey D's?
accusing you, but do you think you might know what's going on here? Maybe? Do you think you have a... Can you... So I decided that I needed to test this theory. So I began...
Nugs? Okay. I wasn't a big fan of the nugs. That's why my dad had to go and eat the kids' meal so I could get a Neopets plushies. But I'm more of the burger person. Their burgers are great. I don't like their nuggies. We're on the complete opposite side of the war.
Checking one by one if people who commented on Lily's channel were also commenting on mine. And I found some interesting things. On Lily's channel, Caitlin says, "This looks fun. I'm so bored with what's been coming out, so I love you wrote an original concept. Keep going." On my channel, she says, "Hope she comes for you, then buries you somewhere." Cat emoji. Moon Alien says to Lily, "Pretty girl here." Moon Alien says to me, "He's dead." Laughing emoji. "He was killed. You're so stupid. Do you breathe?" Celebrate.
Oh, the fries are good. Yes, the fries. Yes, we can all agree. McDonald's fries, some of the best fries. So they definitely make you want to get their drinks because they are very salty.
Zareed says to Lily, "She looks so happy." Zareed says to me, "Why is your audience children? I went on your Discord server."
So are these not bots? Are these just like her and her mom like logging into accounts, or are these also bots? I don't know.
People are saying they're 13 and some 24. This is a very odd situation. I found this in my feed and annoyed I decided to comment. "Take this down before people start looking into you." Pranza Art says to Lily, "Love you, Lily, and I'm happy for you." Pranza Art says to me, "God, if you make films, I hope she never acts in one of your pieces of crap." You do not have to worry about that, Pranza Art. I can...
Only fries I find that are good as Mickey D's is a restaurant called Barnaby's. Or a shake from the broken machine. Probably the mom is my guess. What? A shake from the broken machine?
I can assure you that one.
Absolutely batty.
A real professional would have not written that. Delete yourself. Ew. I'm worried you actually work on
What?
movies and talk like this. This has to be one of
Does Lily and her mom think that he's like working in movies? Do they know how YouTube works? They can't. They probably don't know how YouTube works, do they? Because most YouTubers who have tried to make movies, it hasn't really gone well.
one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen written on this woman for so long. Delete yourself. Hi, farmer.
There have been like exceptions though. Like I hear that what was it? Talk to Me, I think was made by YouTubers, and I think that one was supposed to be pretty good. So generally, I get too spooked from horror, so I didn't watch it.
Or should I say creep show? You legit deserve a video
They
on
know
your
enough to abuse the system. Fair enough, yeah.
It's so god stupid for using accounts that are 9, 10 years old. Like, you think everyone is dumb and doesn't see what this AI farm is doing? Funny how all the accounts are content are 10 years or longer. Nobody realizes this is a setup to revamp the farming.
You do realize that older accounts seems more legitimate than newer accounts, right?
Channel. You also
Oh yeah, Talk to Me is really
How's
good.
Creepshow art, Primic AI farm? Jesus, we all know these.
They do realize that Primic like barely ever posts. Even before even before this, he wasn't like posting like a crazy amount. How many videos does he even have? Like 32 videos? I have more videos. Sure, I'm kind of spamming, but he's is it? Fuck me. Let me. I do not see that, so I don't think so.
These 10-year-old accounts are your copywriters. Thanks and all hail Fiverr. It's kind of odd that they mentioned Fiverr. You know, that's a weird thing to bring up. I don't know. I literally only spent 30 minutes checking these comments, and I ended up with a folder completely filled with them. And I would like to say that I expect some people that comment on her videos to come comment on mine if they're like
Fair
fans or
enough,
something.
yeah.
But the reason that I think these are all fake is because if you start comparing all these comments, then you start to notice that they all type the same way. They all use the same emoji. Like, you can't tell me that this account and this.
True about older accounts being more legit, but it's slowly becoming an actual business because people had the bot idea a while ago and created hundreds of fake accounts like years ago. Ooh, long game. That I'm actually impressed at the hustle then.
Account is not the same person, right? These are clearly clearly the same people here. So then I went to these accounts and I wanted to see if I could find out if maybe they were real people. And what I found was that every single account was completely blank and they all had photos that were just generic images taken from Google. I also discovered that every single one of these accounts comments almost exclusively on Lily's channel. And as someone who runs a channel, hello, that's me, it's very weird to have every single person that comments on your account comment on every single video. I am so confident that these accounts are fake that if a real person owns any of these accounts and it's not Lily or someone associated with Lily, you can reach out to me and show me that you're a real person and I'll pay you $100. But it ain't gonna happen because these people aren't real and they're all coming from Lily's channel. Hey guys, I have to clarify, I'm not accusing Lily of making these comments. I'm just saying the comments are fake.
It's weird.
In my opinion, and don't know who's doing it. Could be Satan. It's a very satanic thing to do. Evil.
Just to clarify further, I'm not saying that Lily and Laura are Satan in this scenario. I'm just trying to show that their future in the afterlife will be chilling with Satan in hell. Oh my gosh. Ugh. I got like 12 YouTube accounts because I made 12 Gmail accounts for MMO shenanigans. Fair. Honestly, do it. Just do it.
All right, thank you.
If you're not using it anymore, what's the point? Unless if it's
J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Unless if it's like something especially shady.
Soaring to its highest level and
Okay, this is like the only part of the video that matters. I didn't want to say that, but it's kind of true. So, when my video came out 4 years ago, ever since that day, Lily and her mother has been spamming my channel with copyright notices. And honestly, this in itself is completely fine. I deal with copyright notices a lot. The issue is what these emails contain. So these emails would start out quite normal. They would contact YouTube and they would tell YouTube, hey, Primic is stealing my content. Take this video down now. And then YouTube...
But why are you always like suggesting crimes, Cats? What's wrong with you?
was like, no, fair use, he's fine. But over the years, as their claims got rejected,
It's always this in tax evasion. Be dumb, do crime, oi.
over and over, I think something began to snap with them because the emails started to get more and more unhinged. The first taste of this
That
unhinged
movie's
behavior came in their 5th notice when they tried to use the ugly mermaid drawing. You remember that? They tried to use that one image to get the whole entire video removed. YouTube obviously declined it,
what?
and then they respond with, "This video has created harm, terrorized a young girl who was 16 at the time, and is exploiting a minor. I suggest you remove my client's content immediately. We will be
Don't think
proceeding
so.
with legal action for negligence." Now, just for clarity's sake, when my video was released, Lily was a full-grown adult, and also, when I read this, the first thing I thought was she 16 when she made that mermaid drawing? Because
That'd
that
be funny.
honestly makes it 10 times uglier.
Gadgets and museums of planning. I've got who's it's and what's it's going.
Now this email wasn't that crazy. I was a little like taken back, but like honestly, I was like, what are you gonna do? The next thing they did is that they took the photo that I used in my thumbnail and they went and got it registered for like an official copyright with the US government.
Huh.
They got like a fancy paper and like documents. And then
I
they
don't
took
even think that's that big of a deal though, because I think Christian did that with Sonichu, and I don't think it does what you think it does.
those documents to YouTube and they're like, hey YouTube, we have this photo registered with the government, you need to take it down. And then YouTube was like, no, sorry, it's still fair use, El
Yeah.
Bozo. And their response to this rejection was crazy. The user has violated my rights and is using my copyrighted photo on their cover. As the rights owner, I demand this to be removed
what?
immediately. This is not fair use. This is a violation. This is verbal
What? That escalated. Oi.
What? What? That's a little unhinged, right? Am I overreacting to think that's crazy?
It only really gives protection to stealing intellectual property. Yeah, and not like this weird using it to try to bludgeon people into not criticizing you.
This is disgusting behavior by YouTube to keep such content alive at 10 million views. The photograph I own. Remove this. You should know as well, this channel is a content farm in the United Kingdom and Malaysia. What are you talking
Bro, he has 32 videos. He's not a content farm. What?
about? First off, they use the term content farm. Now, content farm is a very niche
On the influencers who shouldn't be in movies are saying Aquafina. I think she was fine in the Jumanji movie thing. She was fine. You're in a rabbit hole. But what did you end up finding? Trying to figure out if that one actress was in the movie.
term that I don't think
I do think that they shouldn't have her in like Disney movies and probably shouldn't have her sing. But I don't know how else to how I don't have like strong feelings on Aquafina.
99.9% of the population uses at all. So it's kind of odd they're using this word because we've also seen it in the comments that we had earlier in this video. Willy, that's really odd. Secondly,
that was cursed.
They say
That was
I'm
cursed.
a channel being ran in the United Kingdom and Malaysia. And how do I respond to that? No one runs this channel. It's just me living here alone in the United States, chilling. And quite frankly, if you told me you'd give me $1 million to tell you where Malaysia is on a map, I assure you, I would not be getting $1 million. I don't know where Malaysia is on a map. All I know about Malaysia, they had an airplane go down. Rest in peace. That's all I know.
Yeah, she generally does play the same character. But like the kid. She can do that one character well, though. If you need that one specific character where she's basically playing an old man. If she's playing an old man, go for it. But otherwise,
No. And every time I received an email, for years, they would just get more and more unhinged. Slandering, defaming, and creating a disgusting hateful...
Oh, she is Jewish. Okay, so that's why they brought up anti-Semitism before. Has anyone been anti-Semitic? The token character? Yeah. Sometimes. I think generally she's in... I don't even know if that's true, though, because I think generally Awkwafina's in a cast with generally in more Asian prominent productions where most of the characters are Asian. So I guess she's doing like the almost like an urban accent type thing. So she's the token in that way. I don't know.
requirement for a woman who is Jewish and has now received multiple death threats over the years because of it. And last, beyond our proof, if you desire to receive the names of the detectives we have involved on this case of slander, cyberbullying, cyberstalking,
Oh boy.
defamation, hate crime, we can provide that along with
Hate
the
crime?
report. We expect you to
What was the
promptly
hate
react
crime?
and stop giving courtesy to a channel that thrives on defamation, slander, and fosters sexual discussion, shared photos, and contact with minors on its YouTube Discord server called...
That escalated quickly. Imagine the one Discord server where that doesn't happen, and they're just trying to say that he does.
Primic Cult 8.0. Further, feel free to let the Primic Farm know that we have given their real names to the DA's office along with screenshots from their Discord server, as they have a penchant for playing with children under 16 years old. This is honestly the most insane thing I've ever received. How can you be so...
If that was public, that would be like actual defamation. None of the things that he said have been defamation, but if that was public, that might be actual defamation. Oh my god, I was lost for a hot second with the actor you were talking about. I thought you said Aquafina. It was the water brand. Yeah. Yeah.
Deluded that you are accusing
if I'm
someone
pronouncing
of
it weird,
slander
I
and
don't know.
defamation, and then in the same
Whatever.
email saying one of the most slanderous, defamationist things in
Yeah.
the world. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but I think if you go to someone's employer and you say a statement,
Yeah,
that
I guess
you know to
technically
be
YouTube
false,
is
and that
somewhat his
statement
employer.
then financially hurts
And
them,
be an
I think you
independent
become
contractor?
liable, maybe.
I guess.
I don't know. And also, just to top this off, them talking about my Discord and minors is also one of the comments we saw earlier. Will we?
Yeah.
And after I received
Stop
this email, I
it!
decided,
It's scary.
okay, they're crazy. They're getting more and more crazy. I need to try to stop this. So I emailed Lily with a photo from the email I just read, and I simply said,
Okay.
hello, this is pretty wild. Please stop. I never received a response for that email, and after a while, I was like,
That's
okay,
really what he
I'll
said
try
in the email? Dude, I don't think that's gonna make them stop.
something else. So I ended up making a tweet asking if I could read the emails in a video, and truthfully, I kind of lied a little. I had never planned to make a video. That tweet was just meant to like tell them, hey, if you don't stop, I'm gonna read them. So you better stop.
Okay.
And after that tweet, I actually didn't receive an email for quite a long time. But then earlier this year, I received a new email. In this email, they started with my private business name, my entire real name, and my entire address down to my house number. And then instead of calling me Primink, like...
So my internet sleuthing has found the movies Dirty 30 and some off-brand hero movie. What? Like what?
they've done for every single email for the past 4 years, they now address me as Mr. My Last Name. So that's a great way to open an email. Totally normal. And then throughout this email, which I can barely read because it's like...
I mean, that's a normal way to do it if you didn't dox someone. And if they like legitimately told you their name, but it's weird if you dox them to get that name.
The ramblings of a schizophrenic patient. They list off a ton of emails from like FBI agents and like the NYPD. They talk about receiving glitter bombs that they think could be real bombs. Lily has developed PTSD.
For the record, she's probably good because I liked Drunk Kitchen. I don't know for Aquafina. I don't know too many that she's been in other than Jumanji. She was in like that stupid Shang-Chi movie that was lame, and they like super made the Mandarin like the lamest version ever. I don't know what those stupid rings were about. I prefer it when the rings all have a different power and are cool and magical and makes sense to be an Iron Man villain because it's magic versus technology. But whatever. Oh, Hannah Hart. Okay. I have no idea who that is. I'll have to go down my own YouTube rabbit hole eventually because I don't know. I really am into movies, but generally I'm not the best with remembering people's names.
From my video, and she can't even go in public without fearing for her life, but she can go in public and act like a crazy alien. Lily's apparently in therapy now.
Sure, Jan.
Lily's father is disabled and can barely walk, which I don't even know why.
Wait, he's still alive? He's around? Like, I've never seen any mention of the dad.
This in the email, did I disable him? And also, they're giving me the private information of a lot of YouTubers. They're telling me who owns the Anna Oop channel. They're telling me Sunny V's real name and where he lives. They're telling me Jelly Smack's owner. I don't even know who Jelly Smack is. They're mad at Mark Cuban and Snapchat. This is like physically draining me. So after I got this email, I realized that they're not gonna stop. I tried ignoring them for 4 years. That didn't work. I tried asking them nicely to
Thanks
stop.
for the
That
raid.
didn't work. I tried tweeting that I
I
was gonna
appreciate
read
it.
these out. That didn't work.
We're going through a YouTuber has a stalker, and YouTube has finally done something about it after 3 months, but it's only because people were spamming YouTube about it. Hello, Countess. How was Little Nightmares? I was gonna go, but then I was like, I already planned the stream today.
So at this point, my only option in my mind was just to show everyone how absolutely psychotic Lily Jean and Lord Truman are being. Congrats, guys. You did it. You got another video.
Oh. So like an actual like YouTuber 2 movie pipeline thing. Yeah, I know YouTube actually doing something good. I know it's crazy. Frustrating the cooks kept trying to eat me. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, Drunk Kitchen was a YouTube series. Okay. Okay.
Save money and make
Yeah,
money
it
on
was basically
Depop.
only by
Buy your
strong-arming
favorite brands
YouTube.
secondhand for cheaper than retail.
I know I like to
Did you successfully escape though, or did you like stop?
laugh and joke around, and I'm not very serious, but I do think this is actually an issue here. For the past 4 years, Lily Jean and her mother have been blatantly abusing the copyright system, and my channel's protected.
What is this face? What is this little avatar's face?
Lily Jean and her mother have been blatantly
What is this like? Why are they like so cocky about it? Why are they so happy with themselves?
abusing the copyright system, and my channel's protected. I'm not sure how or why, but my channel has like a force field on it, and any copyright claims that come to my channel get shut down real quick. But
Oh, okay. So you haven't done like the mirror part yet, but okay. Honestly, I feel like the guests are like the most horrifying part running from them.
smaller creators are not protected. If you just look up Lily Jean
Yeah.
copyright strike on YouTube, you'll see dozens of creators who have had their videos removed and strikes put on their channel from these false claims. I even had
Yeah, true. It's good to at least find their pressure points at all. Though it is definitely only they'll really only help bigger creators generally. And that's why the only reason why I feel comfortable talking about this now is because of the new developments. I feel like I shouldn't get like super copyright bombed as much. Yeah, she's back. She's still doing things.
had one of my videos removed from a second channel. We were testing recreating my voice in AI and then dubbing it to Spanish.
What?
Pero no importaba si sus talentos eran un poco engañosos. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? We're living in the future.
What?
And that video was removed within 24 hours by Lily and her mother. And the crazy part was that the content they claimed I stole was the Project Bullies
Yeah, don't you know that
trailer.
Lily Jean was born to be a star? You can't keep her down.
That trailer came out after my video was even made. So there's
Cyrus?
quite literally no way in the
What? Lily Jean Project Bullish film trailer. Hashtag Lily Jean cyber stalking Reddit lolcow kiwi farms. Oh, this is her own thing? Interesting.
trailer came out after my video was even made. So there's quite literally
Okay.
no way in the universe that my video had the Project Bullyish trailer in it at all.
We take abuse of our copyright tools seriously, and we're not afraid to punish people who misuse them.
They also said that
Sure.
I used the Project Bullyish trailer throughout my entire video, but taking 2 seconds to look at the video would tell you that that is completely false.
We take abuse of our copyright tools seriously, and we're not afraid to punish people who misuse them.
So they are very
Apparently not in this timeline. Only know her because of YouTubers and the drama she creates. Very true. Very true.
very clearly abusing the copyright system.
That's how I
to
know
get
her.
videos removed.
Think that's
that
how
they
everyone
don't want
knows her.
people to see. They are also inside of these emails sharing people's private information, which is not only an invasion of privacy, but this has the potential to put creators in danger. I'm sure my name and address is in some creators' inboxes right as we speak.
We take abuse of our copyright tools seriously. We're not afraid to punish people who misuse them.
And on top of all this, they are also using the copyright system to send actual harassment to creators that creators can't block
yeah.
because it's coming from the official YouTube email, and you have
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised if it's all her mom.
to view it because it has the potential not only to delete your video, but also to delete your channel. And personally, I don't think a smaller creator wants or should be forced to read an email where they're being called a child predator through YouTube's official email system. Is everyone on the same page here that we should not be having this happen? So my only hope for this video is that maybe, just maybe, someone at YouTube can watch this video and maybe they can then spend at least 30 minutes.
I really do need to look into the Caroline one because I don't know what was going on there. Because I know before she was like into trolling stuff, but like faking a miscarriage is weird and like unethical. So I don't know what she was doing.
Maybe look into all the claims made by Lily Jean and Lord Truman, and you can see all the madness clear as day. That's all I want.
I just know that she has like a really funny birthday song. But you know what they kind of remind me of? Or any of you like Red Letter Media fans? There was this really funny movie that they covered called Diamond Cobra versus White Fox, I think. And it was made by this lady named Deandra Brown, I think. And great review. Everyone loved it. They were going to go, and then a bunch of people were going on Amazon to watch it. And then, of course, she copyright strikes them. And I guess they decided just not to argue it. There's like archives of it, though. And she probably would have been like their next Neil Breen or something. But no, she like sabotaged her own career just because she was throwing like a little temper tantrum. Or she wants to be an entertainer because her mom will love her more then? Oh, that's sad. Not a psychologist, but she's nuts. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah. So she kind of reminds me of Deandra Brown. Also like the level of delusion and thinking you're a lot more talented than you are.
And the engine finally roars.
Yeah, some people just want to destroy free marketing. It's like with what Tommy Wiseau used to do. Because I think originally, whenever the Nostalgia Critic reviewed The Room, I think Tommy copyright bombed him, and then eventually he finally learned to embrace the meme because that's how you make money.
Do you not understand that calling in a fake tip is the equivalent of having a gun against somebody's head?
What? 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 Yes, embrace the meme. Do it. Embrace the meme. That's how you win. Now let me like this video before I
forget. Everything in this video is alleged. Maybe it's not real. Okay. Most of it, it is real. But
yes, she did. She would Photoshop herself into like the Met Gala. She replaced like Katy Perry with herself, which interesting choice, but whatever. And she did a fake Teen Vogue magazine thing. She just photoshops herself into weird things.
But
either that or her mom's doing it, but someone's photoshopping her into them.
Is alleged. Maybe it's not real. Okay, most of it it is real, but I'm delusional.
The payout ended up bigger than his ego. Fair enough.
So just legally, everything's fake. Okay, thank you. Hey guys, I just realized that I never updated YouTube on what happened with the Lily Jean stuff, and a lot has happened. So that was my bad. This video is gonna be long and chill, and I'm gonna ramble, so don't complain. We're here to have fun. So I'd like to start from the very beginning, right before my newest video, because one thing I didn't mention in the video is
I didn't know that this was like... Oh, no, it is 2 weeks ago. Okay, I thought this was longer, and I was like, oh, how did I miss this? Okay, but... I still feel like, how did I miss this? But still, yeah, no, I definitely agree. The mom has mom syndrome on steroids. Ugh.
That I actually tried to reach out to YouTube privately before I made the video. So at this point in time, it's been 4 years of me constantly receiving copyright emails from Lily and her mom. And I really did not want to make a video.
What is this game?
I emailed YouTube through their creator support, which if you don't know, this is support specifically for creators. It's supposed to be like better support than the normal support because you're making the platform money, so they give you more resources. But as you'll see, not the case. Good concept, bad execution. So I emailed
Apex
them,
Legends.
And I was like,
okay.
Hey, I need some help. There's a creator who is spamming
I have
false
heard of
copyright
that.
claims.
I know nothing about it.
Emails are sending me kind of wild. Please look at this. And I explained everything in pretty good detail. I even included photos and links to videos. The employee
looked like
I
a
was
very
talking to
impractical
had a lot
knife.
of stuff to work with, is what I'm gonna say. And they ended up responding with, "Hi there, thanks for reaching out to us. I
It,
really
it looks like
appreciate
it's probably like that same type of genre.
the detailed information you provided. Our internal team has carefully reviewed your appeal and your channel. For this matter, you might want to file a counter notification, and once you're
Yeah.
done, please let me know." So this beautiful person working at YouTube
I think you
completely
need to
ignored
legally
my
do that,
entire
though.
write-up and then gave this bot response. And I ended up not replying to this
Yeah, from my understanding, it basically is the same thing. But then again, I don't really know that much about that, about how it goes.
email because look, you gotta know when you're not wanted somewhere, and when you're not wanted somewhere, you gotta just walk away. And reading this email, I knew they did not want me here, so I didn't send a reply to this email. But then
I think they were just legally required to tell you to do that, though. I don't know if that was 100% on YouTube. Still.
a few days later, I got a new email from a different employee, and they said, "Hi Primink, I hope you're doing well.
Oh,
This is
you touched the nerve.
blank filling in for blank today, and I'm seeing that you haven't replied
I
to our
probably
last
did
email
too. Oh,
yet.
no.
Please be advised that we aim to resolve your case in the fastest possible turnaround time. We're just checking in to see if we can still
Thanks
help
for
you out with
following.
this." So at this point, I was like, oh, maybe I am wanted. Maybe I don't have to leave. I'm wanted here. So, so I sent another long email, further clarifying all my points and the issue, more links, more videos, and I said, hey, I understand this is kind of wild. You could take your time, review it, or send it up the chain, or ask me questions, because I will provide you with anything you need to help this along. And then a day or so later,
Are they gonna ghost
sent
you?
another email, and this one says, our internal team has reviewed the takedown request that led to the removal of your video, and there doesn't appear to be enough evidence of abuse for them to step outside their normal process and reinstate the video immediately. At no point in any of my emails did I say, I need a video reinstated.
Thank you. Thank you for your mercy, cats.
So again, they just completely ignored my wall of text that took quite a long time to make, if I'm honest. I had to do a little searching. And then, this is the kicker. Before I could even reply, they instantly closed the support case, and then they asked me to rate my experience. And if I'm honest, the rating
0?
bar they gave doesn't have a low enough option for
Fair enough,
what
yeah.
I wanted to rate it. They need to add a little emoji of like a skull and crossbones below this tier, because this experience was horrible. Crippling depression is what I would give a rating to that. Okay. So this experience happened a month before my video, and I didn't include it in my video, and I think, thinking back, I think I should have, because I think it shows that I really didn't want to make the video. I tried any alternative solution before making that video. So I make the video, and the video comes out, and for a few days after that,
Okay,
I was
that
very
I know is like ridiculous. I know at least Fortnite's very different from COD. What are you talking about?
hopeful that maybe YouTube would reach out or do something, but they don't respond in any way at all. Honestly, I think this is my fault because my videos are always
Are you just
lighthearted
poking the
and I make
bear? Are you just poking the cat?
a lot of jokes, and I'm not a serious person. So if someone at YouTube did see that video, they might think, oh, he's just making a joke. He doesn't actually care. And I was just gonna throw in the towel because in my mind, I was like, I did everything I could.
If someone saw that video and thought that he didn't care about being doxxed, I think that they're wrong. I guess if you're talking like mechanics wise, I guess, but it's like there's I ain't a hard spoon to find. I guess like mechanics wise, but like I don't know. They all have like different goals, don't they? I don't know. I don't really play shooters that much. I've only played like a little bit of Borderlands because I wanted to like watch the movie and see how bad it was, but I haven't gotten around to doing that. Then I play like Fallout for like a day, and then I got busy and I haven't come back to it.
Don't really care that much. They're just annoying emails, not that big of a deal. But at the end of my video,
Cats,
I had asked
no!
people to email me if they had any issues with Lily Jean or more information, and I started receiving dozens of emails. I can't go over all
Oh yeah,
of
because
them.
you mentioned the skins and stuff. Yeah, I should have known that that CS:GO was your thing. But yeah, I don't really understand first person shooters as much. My first experience of doing the closest thing to a first person shooter was freaking Pal World because I wanted to try that out.
But there were so many creators and so many viewers who had extra information about the whole situation. It was actually very overwhelming how many people.
Ooh, yeah, no wonder you'd almost start a riot. What the hell, man? Don't die, capture the flag, plant the bomb. There are a lot of different games one can play in first person shooter map games. Yeah, I guess what you guys I get what you're saying, but I don't know.
People, and I didn't reply to everyone. So if you did send me something and I didn't reply, I'm sorry. There was just so many, and I'm not good at that stuff. I get emails from like sponsors. I just ignore them.
Yeah.
They're trying to give me money. I don't care. I ignore everything. I get a electricity bill, ignore it until my electricity goes out, and then I'm like, oh shoot. One of the first emails I received.
Oh my gosh, if you did that, holy shit. But honestly, I want to play some laser tag. I've only played laser tag like once or twice. That sounds fun. Because you get to shoot your friends without going to jail. I shouldn't have included CSGO. It's good. It's a good long-standing game. Okay, peace treaty, peace treaty.
Was from someone that let me know that my Wikitubia page, which Wikitubia is like wiki for YouTubers. I had no clue.
Of course
about
that
it until
exists.
This person
Of course
told me
it
about
does.
But my page had been edited to include my full docs. It had my legal name.
I checked it today, and that it no longer has the doc, so that's good. Yeah, Smash is nothing like Street Fighter. It's very different. I know that you be trolling, but yeah.
My business name and where I live. And the information about me was the same exact information that Lily Jean had emailed me. What a weird coincidence. Who could have done it? Don't know. Disclaimer, everything is fake. So I reached out to the Wikitubia people and I explained everything that was going on. I was like, hey guys, I got this
It's just funny to fan the flame war for lulz, you know?
Stalker.
Not if you're like getting legitimately angry, but if it's just like a little bit of trolling, then that's fun.
They're adding my information to the page. Could you guys take it down, please? And the people at Wikitubia are amazing because they removed all the information within like 5 minutes and they were all very nice. And I thought that was the end of all this. But then what happens next is a conspiracy. Apparently, after they fixed my page, they began looking into Lily Jean because she also had a page. But weirdly, her page was permanently locked from being edited. Because if you don't know, Wikitubia works like Wikipedia and anyone can contribute to the information on the pages because that allows to have
Battle House laser tag. That sounds fancy. Interesting.
Like, I don't know, the most accurate information. But Lily's page was permanently locked. And I was then sent an anonymous DM from someone on the staff. And apparently, they were all super confused as to why her page was locked. Because they said that they never permanently lock pages. They do it
every time he does the Discord sound effect, I get scared.
early if people are spamming false information, but they never permanently do it. And this one person, who I'm not gonna name, I don't want to get them in trouble, they said they think Lily or maybe her mom or someone might have allegedly bribed one of the staff members to get this page locked. Conspiracy, okay? Wild stuff. So all of the staff ended up
that'd be kind of crazy.
Page, and then they realized that the entire page was written by like one single person. Who could that be? I don't know. And the sources for all the information were not accurate because the sources were coming from like Lily Jean's websites or the sources were coming from the quote-unquote fake articles. So
I want to see what that Wikitubia article looked like because I'm sure it got changed.
All of the information is fake. So they ended up having a team vote to delete her page. And I don't know how everyone voted, but the vote went through and her page deleted. That's a wild conspiracy, ain't it?
I kind of wanted to read that.
And this all perfectly
represents
Lily and her mom's entire situation over the years. The two of them do something crazy. Like,
I feel like the Discord thing is like when people do like the knocking and like the analog horrors. So they're messing with you.
Faking the Met Gala photos or sending crazy emails, which then causes
the Incredibles meme.
About them.
Yeah.
And then people talking about them makes Lily and her mom do more crazy stuff.
That's the Chad move.
Too.
No notifications.
What? At the end of the day, them,
and
then people talking about them makes Lily and her mom do more crazy stuff.
Bitch, bye. You burned too. Go get fucking COVID.
And at the end of the day,
it's
just this
what was she reading? Okay. Lily Jean barely attended school in Queens something. First year she attended Bayside something, New York, due to various issues with something becoming a permanent in her attic. Is this like... Maybe this is this like Encyclopedia Dramatica? Is that what this is? Because that seems like the right amount of unhinged, if I understand correctly from my Christian lore.
Go get fucking COVID.
And at the end of the day, it's just this endless cycle of them doing
very
more
aggressive
and more
for sure
stuff. But the crazy stuff only ever hurts them. From what I've researched, the start of all of the Lily Jean madness came from a single Reddit post 7 years ago in a subreddit called r/delusionalartist, where someone had posted, I think it was a picture of Lily Jean's artwork. Their original Reddit post has been archived, and I can't see what the actual picture was, but I'm assuming they were making fun of some of her art because that's what the subreddit's about. Which this isn't a nice thing to do, but if you post
very
your
out
work
of pocket.
online, people are allowed to critique it. People say I'm annoying and dumb. okay? I just accept it and cry a little, but I accept it. But what happened with this post is that Lily's mom, allegedly, I'm gonna say
Who
allegedly.
insulted everyone's favorite twink? Don't know why he'd always call himself a twink, but oh well.
99% sure they've confirmed this a bunch of times, but disclaimer, I'm delusional. Nothing is real. Lily's mom saw this Reddit post and she decided to go onto Reddit and defend Lily. And she ended up fighting with a bunch of people and she said some insane stuff like she was
Like
going
what?
to track people down, or she had private detectors and police.
Maybe, okay. Thank you for being decent and standing up for a young girl who's being bullied for no reason other than the fact that she's a bright. Holy shit, look at that downvote. Okay, so I guess this one was someone was doing White Knight, so she was being nice to him. You're absolutely despicable for talking about a young girl that way. I do wonder what someone like you, a coward hiding behind a keyboard, looks like, because I sure as heck know, as God made little green apples. That is a very strange sentence. You sure as heck do not look like that girl who is absolutely breathtaking? Debatable. You are a bully. You are a poor excuse for a human being for even picking on a 16-year-old child. How dare you? Okay, this one she might have actually been 16. I'm not sure. Yeah, she's definitely overprotective mama bear type. It's probably the mom. It's probably the mom.
And also, her Reddit account was named Snuff, which isn't Snuff like... I think there's multiple definitions.
Yeah, there's like snuffing out criticism type thing that you could say, and then also like snuff films.
For snuff, but I don't
So
think
there's
either
that
of them
too.
are good. Is it snuff a drug or like violent stuff? Maybe?
Yeah.
Am I crazy? I don't know. Weird name is what I thought when I saw that, but maybe I'm crazy. But she went to the subreddit and she sent like a dozen messages arguing with people. And
this is right. I'm posting because guess what I can do with my hashtag Twitter army? Well, guess what Primic just did with his hashtag Twitter army and my hashtag Facebook following and Lily's combined 2K followers, which took 2 years for her to grow. But I thought you paid for bots. You're absolutely right. Would have been better to pick on somebody that was not as well known. One of her fans alerted her to this thread? Huh.
And they weren't like, hey, this is my daughter. Please leave them alone. Please chill out, guys. It was like, I'm going to track you down. I'm going to find you. The police are coming. You're done. And the people
she has a very
saw
specific
this,
set of
like,
skills or special
all we're doing is
set
making
of
fun
skills.
of some ugly art, and
you know what I mean?
You're acting crazy. So the people on the subreddit then decided they wanted to look deeper into Lily and her mom. And then this leads to Lily's mom fighting people on Twitter, and then that leads to Lily herself fighting people on Instagram Live.
You wish you were near my bridge. You fucking do. Because
what? Near her bridge? What? A Karen set of skills? Oh my gosh, yes. Was getting worse criticism on League at 16. Yeah. Well, and at away sports too. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised.
Now you're under the water getting, I don't know, decapitated. Go the fuck away.
So it was this one post 7 years ago that caused everything that followed.
I'll find you and I will talk to your manager. Oh my gosh.
Literally, none of this would have happened if Lily and her mom saw that Reddit post and they were like, what are you gonna do? Haters gonna hate. If they just did that, nothing would have followed. The reason Lily is a story is not because she fakes stuff. It's because, allegedly. Actually, I'm not gonna say allegedly. The Met Gala was faked.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, no, allegedly. But they're not a story because she fakes stuff. They're a story because of how they insanely react to people talking about them.
Yeah.
Lily strikes back and all of a sudden we're victims. So, you know, that's a...
Huh?
Oh, what is it you're holding? A cookie?
Okay, make me the devil.
Wasn't that another one where they put Aquafina into for no reason? Am I misremembering that? The panda thing?
Damn time.
The next emails and DMs I received were from multiple people who said that they were receiving copyright takedowns for posting links to my video.
Oh yeah, no, that is the #1 rule. Never feed the trolls. That's how every lol cow story goes from, oh, just a quirky little individual to, holy cow, why is there like an internet war and why do we know everything about them and why does this keep on happening? I don't know. I feel like that's what makes you a lol cow, is if you actually respond. Even spoon-shaped one.
Now, from
Become
what
a gremlin.
Seen, people said that this was mainly happening on Twitter and
Inflate
Reddit.
the
People would
you do fight. Oh, you do fight. You should feed the trolls. Inflame the comments. Become a gremlin. Okay, it's one thing. Here's a little word of wisdom. Don't argue on freaking Reddit. Oh yeah. My dad keeps I think my dad finally got like permanently banned because he kept on going on Reddit and arguing with people. My dad's special.
Post a link to my video and like a comment that says, go watch it, good video, 10 out of 10. And then they would receive a copyright strike from someone mysterious. I don't know. I'm delusional, allegedly. Lily, maybe? They would receive a copyright strike and get that post removed, which that's crazy.
The only reason I ever use Reddit is I don't have an account, but if it's ever I need to like check for technical advice, sometimes you have to go there and it kind of annoys me. Yeah, my dad got banned on Reddit. He got banned. He got like perma-banned on at least one subreddit, and he kept on getting timed out on other ones. He kept on like calling. Like, he would like call out like people that were kind of acting like snowflakes, and they'd go and get mad at him. It was really funny.
But the crazier one was happening on Reddit. I got emailed by the mods of the Do We Know Them podcast subreddit. I've actually spoken with one of the girls on this podcast, Lily. Is that her name? Yeah, Lily. And if anyone here is a fan of that podcast, I just want to say Lily is very intense. No complaints. But Lily, she sends. I'm not gonna.
My dad's great. I love my dad. My dad is. He's a mess. He's kind of quirky. He walks around with like compression socks that are like up to his knees with Crocs on, and like bright tie dye. And he's unique. He has so many plushies just because he's gotten to that point where he just doesn't care anymore. So he keeps on buying like Pikachu and Dogpool and things like that. He's hilarious. I love my dad. He'll try to embarrass me, but he can't.
I'm gonna show her DMs.
I'm too used to it.
Like 1,000-word DMs over and over, and I'm like, Lily, this is intense. You need to chill. She's great, but I've never seen that before. So the mods of this podcast subreddit, they emailed me and they said, hey, someone posted a link to your video.
Yeah, my dad is a Riz Master Giga Chad. I have a picture of him doing like muscle poses, and he has a good musculature in those pictures, and he's wearing a red dress because he was doing a pub run. And I love I show those pictures to like show the essence of my dad. Also, he's like a marathon runner, and he has like so much energy. He'll run a marathon. We'll go at like Disney World, and then he'll be the one running around at Disney World, and I'll be the tired one, even though that I didn't run a marathon. He's great. He's kind of a mess though.
And it got removed for copyright. Did you do this? And
yes, no, exactly. I have embraced my dad's cringe because I love my dad, and I'm fine with him being a little cringe. I'm cringe too.
That I don't know who did it, but I think I have wink some thoughts about who could have done it. Disclaimer. And eventually I found out that this was also happening on the H3 podcast subreddit and the r/YouTube
it's
subreddit.
not cringe if it
Any
works.
post that had my video or any mention of Lily Jean was being removed from all of these subreddits for copyright infringement. And what happened is that these subreddits were getting so many posts removed that the mods of the subreddits got scared that the entire subreddit would be deleted by Reddit admins, because apparently if you receive too many copyright takedowns, then they'll just delete the subreddit because they'll be like, oh, this subreddit is pirating stuff or something. So the mods got so scared that their subreddit.
So it's another okay. So it's more abusing the copyright system. So I guess you can also do it on Reddit to silence people too. I ran a 10K and fell asleep in a nice bath very recently. Oh yeah.
Subreddits would be deleted.
What is that? That's a little over 6 miles, right? I used to do them with my parents until I was like old enough that I could stay at home, and then I like lost any athleticism that I had.
That they had to make announcements on the subreddit, pin posts saying, hey, we can no longer talk about Lily Jean because she's going to get her subreddit deleted. We're sorry, but please stop posting about her. Lily, I think when you literally become Voldemort, he who shall not be named, I think you might have gone too far. I think becoming Voldemort, not the best option. And also, if she's trying to be famous, why are you removing posts about you? Allegedly, I don't know if it's you. Disclaimer. But wouldn't you want people to like talk about you if you want to be famous? I mean, I guess it's bad publicity, but any publicity is good
I was gonna
publicity.
say
You know what
any publicity.
They also filed takedowns against my Twitter account for just posting a link to my video. I didn't even say Lily Jean's name. I just said, hey, genies, because I think that's what she used to call her fans. So they removed
Huh.
that. And they also sent a copyright takedown to my Discord for just linking to my video. And I didn't even know Discord
is
had
insane.
a copyright system. I've never heard of anyone else getting a copyright strike on Discord. So that was interesting.
6.2, that
and
sounds
all
right,
of this
yeah.
is just wild to me because all of these
Yeah, because the 5K is
websites have a
3.1,
copyright
right,
system to
right.
protect artists or creators if someone steals your work. But from what I've learned through this whole thing is that none of these sites actually check the claims. If you file a claim against someone and you just make it sound kind of right, they just accept it with like no questions asked. And you can try to appeal it and say, hey, I actually made this video. It's on my YouTube channel. I 100% own it. I edited it. I scripted it. Do you want to see it? Because I did it. But even then, 9 times out of 10, they'll still side with the person that made the claim. On Discord, I
That's
still
so
have
dumb.
a strike on my
That's
account
so dumb.
for posting a video that I 100%.
It's actually 60 miles. I don't know, man. No, not quite. But the last 0.2 can feel like an extra mile though.
No, I can't express this enough. I made the video. It's on my
It's
channel.
all
And even if it was
like the biggest thing with running is I feel like it's mostly the mental stuff. Surely it's like body conditioning, but to some degree it's mental stuff to just stick through it.
a copyright infringement video, I just posted a link to it. So even then, I don't think they could take it down, right? I don't know the law, but my Discord account still has a strike on it, even though I've appealed it twice. I've spoken with a Discord employee, and apparently they reviewed it, and they've kept the strike on my account.
Nice.
And the strike that I have lasts
Not
until
bad.
2026.
Is that?
I have a strike for 2 years on my account.
What? What did I miss?
And the strike that I have lasts until 2026. I have a
They go
strike
that long?
for
What
2
the hell?
years on my account for posting a link to my video that I made. Makes you a little crazy, doesn't it? So in the
You get banned for 2 years for posting a link to your own video. What the hell? What the hell?
grand scheme of things, what I've realized is all of the copyright systems that exist on all of these websites, they all
Suck.
rely on good faith. And if you have someone that's not good faith, it all falls apart very quickly.
Yeah,
The
no,
next
definitely.
email I received was from someone who let me know that Lily's mom had apparently been fully doxing people on her public Facebook account.
I mean,
When
that's
read
not
this, I
surprising.
was like, there is no way this is real. Because for years and years,
And are any of us surprised that she uses Facebook? Is anyone? That Scott Pilgrim Interspace Highways? Oh my gosh.
exactly what they said they were victims of. For literally years, they claimed that everyone was like stalking them and posting their
Have you guys seen like the Netflix series? Is it good? Like I've seen the movies. I've been meaning to read the comics eventually, but I don't know like how like the kind of anime one went. A newsflash: most people on the internet aren't good faith. Yeah, no, it's you really can't do good faith systems with this. We've seen like so many times how they get abused.
private documents and stuff. So I was like, no.
Because even if most people use it correctly, the internet is a big place. I heard the Pilgrim animated was actually goodish. Okay, that's good. But the internet's so vast. There's gonna be someone who's gonna abuse it, and they're gonna abuse it hard, like this. And you can't do good faith with internet things. You just can't. That's how you get Bodie McBoat. That's how you get Bodie McBoat face, is by putting things on the internet and expecting people to do the right thing.
No, I don't buy it. So I
Oh, the
went
new
to her
anime is top
Facebook
tier?
account, which is public, and I found this post where Lily's mom was doxing the entire
Real odd, but
family
good, but still
of a
good for most people.
YouTuber who had made videos covering
I mean,
Lily. She lists
Scott Pilgrim is just weird by itself, so I was expecting it to be weird. Yeah, especially when there's no consequences on the internet. Fair enough.
the full names, workplaces, and accounts of this YouTuber's whole family. And if you actually read the post,
Wait.
it's like really deranged because it's like
Neo-Nazi?
she made a comment about
What? I'm reading this post. Okay. Update. Before anime is just a cartoon from Japan. Yeah, that's what an anime is. That's why Avatar isn't an anime. Fight me. I need to ask all of you for your kindness in continuing to spread the word about my daughter Lily Jean. Relentless online cyberstalking and abuse. There is no place in the world for neo-Nazi organizations that spread hatred, lies, defamation, and slander with one goal to hurt and harm. I'm about to introduce you to one of their members, a 27-year-old man who has profited off my daughter's name and image for the last 4 years. His name is Curtis Price. Price has made numerous videos on my daughter for his YouTube channel, profiting under his corporation. Price has a loving family that includes his mom. She doxed his mom. Dad, who doxed his dad, and I guess his business. as well as a lovely girlfriend, doxed his freaking girlfriend, who one day might say I do to him. Can you imagine that the mother is a support person to help people with, doxed her workplace, and her son is harassing, threatening, and creating a vile grouping of people to cause harm to my daughter and our family? I can't. Can't you imagine the father runs what seems like a respectable family business, and yet his son is viciously attacking a woman online? I can't. Oh my god. Despite having all, he seems to find it really important to harass, cyberstalk, defame, and slander a young woman he doesn't know in the United States. To say that the parents do not know what their darling son is doing would be a stretch of the imagination, since it is clear that all family members, including his uncle, doxing an uncle for no reason, have cleared out their online profiles to conceal themselves from being discovered, probably because they don't want to get doxed by crazy people like you. The people Price runs with think this is a joke. They think that they have the right to hurt you in any possible way with no consequences while retaining their own anonymity. What we have done is move forward with law enforcement, including in Price's country, to ensure that this does not continue. It might take some time for stuff like this to move. Holy shit. Graphic novel is greater than Netflix series is greater than movie. I wouldn't be surprised. I know cats, that's why they changed it. Oh, okay. The only thing I love to make people angry about with anime is just cartoon. Oh yeah, fair enough. Aren't you, to make people mad about anime, aren't you supposed to call them Chinese cartoons? Isn't that how you're supposed to make people mad?
Family. And if you actually read the post, it's like really deranged because it's like she made a comment about
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Everyday prices are too high. Food.
The girlfriend. It was like
I wonder what my ads are going to be like after November, because I get so many political ads. And keep in mind, I'm not letting like YouTube track my stuff, so they don't even know what to advertise to me. So it's just a lot of political ads right now.
I'm gonna post it in the video, but it was like, and to his girlfriend who will one day hopefully marry him, and then she lists the girlfriend's name. I'm like, that is. Check yourself into somewhere.
I don't think so. I believe it's more about just making the weebs be real mad. No, I'm saying I think you make the weebs real mad by saying like oh you're stupid Chinese cartoons or something. Isn't that what you're supposed to say? Isn't that how you make the weebs mad?
Because what? It read as like someone who is having a psychotic break and needs to check
it does feel that way, yeah.
Somewhere. And it didn't even stop there because I scrolled down and I found another person. I don't know who this person was, but she did the exact same thing to them. And I actually didn't manage to get a screenshot of the second person because right after my video.
Ads when I talk about something, typical ads when I think about something.
Was made, these posts were quickly deleted, so I'm not sure if there's more people that she did this to. I don't know.
Oh, I've never heard of the Chinese cartoon one, but I can see the angle. I might use it in the future. I think it's partially because like if you're an anime fan and your parents come in and it's like, oh, is that one of like those Chinese cartoons? Because they don't like know where it's from. They just know that it's Asian and they just think it's China.
Maybe she did it to me, but yeah. What is so crazy is that for years and years, this is what
no, a
they
momager.
said they're victims of.
Well, I guess that was obvious that she was a momager from the beginning.
They said my entire family's being harassed. They're stalking us. They're finding out where we live. They're posting private documents. And then here you are doing doing it. You're doing it. Every once in a while, I have like a slip and.
I mean, have you ever had an ad pop up of something you just thought of but no one talked about? I've had it multiple times where I like talked about it like in private like a day before, and then it'll pop up and it's like Google was listening to me. I get political ads even though I actively don't care about either side. Yeah, no.
Judgment, and I have sympathy for Lily because I see exactly how they got into this mess.
Oh my
Lily
gosh, yeah.
just wants to be famous. Her mom wants to protect her from all the negativity and critiques in the world, and they don't really understand how the internet works, so they lash out, which then causes more drama. So I see what went wrong.
Yeah,
and in that
I feel like
framing,
that's the general lolcow saga though. Is again, if you're just weird on the internet, it's fine. But if you react to people saying you're weird on the internet, that's where the cycle comes in.
I feel bad
because everyone's weird on the internet. It's the freaking internet. I started getting texts about me getting a new car. Oh boy.
Drama. So I see what went wrong, and in that framing, I kind of feel bad for them. But then I see stuff like this, and it makes me realize I can't have
Oh my
any
gosh.
sympathy for them. They claim to be victims,
Frickin-
but time and time again, they show that
frickin'
they are the
stalker
ones
algorithms.
being the aggressor. They're the ones on the offense. Has Curtis Price ever doxed you or your family? Why are you doxing his entire family? Had that other person ever dox you? Did I dox you? Why is my name and where I live being edited into Wikitubia? What's that meme? It's like, maybe we're the bad guys.
Yeah, yeah. Are we
Anyway.
the baddies?
So after I read all these emails, I was getting more and more upset because prior to my video, I was under the assumption that I was receiving
The stupid extended warranty things. I'm pretty sure I got one of those today. I haven't checked my I haven't checked my voicemail because it's like I don't know this number. It's probably just gonna be another one of those.
receiving the most intense attacks from them because I had the video that was the largest and one of the first. I didn't comprehend that they were doing this to basically everyone that was talking about them. This is a problem that's happening on multiple platforms.
How do they have that much enough time in the day to go and harass like all these different people who like mention them like once or twice? How do they find the time to do this? It's crazy.
A lot of people through the emails, I learned that at least these are the ones that I know of, 37 creators have had some kind of negative interaction with Lily and her mom. And I'm just like, how much time do you have? Why are you wasting your life
That's what I'm
doing
wondering.
all this when you
It's
could,
9 to 5.
pick up a hobby.
It's a 9 to 5 doing the gay ops, maybe.
Read a book, get better at acting, maybe. Again, it's this endless cycle of them constantly hurting themselves
knock
because
until you
for
try
some
it.
reason they can't stop engaging. That's double negative. Wait, shoot. Can't stop engaging. That means they... I don't know if that's... I don't know, okay? I'm confused now. Let's continue.
Huh?
From what I've gathered, I don't think that they can exist in a world where any criticism exists about them. And I think they've
I feel
proven
like, how do they
that
make money? What is going on? How are they supporting themselves? I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
they will do anything they can, even like immoral stuff, to try and stop any of this criticism from existing. I think in their mind, they truly believe they're victims, and because they think they're victims, they think they can do whatever they want to anyone because they're
I've seen that multiple times where people will
go
weaponize
that on a content farm, and they claim that all the channels are working together as like an evil team, which is 100.
Wait, why do they keep on saying anti-Semitic? Who's ever called her Jewish? Maybe on the farms or something? That sounds like something the farms would do, but why do they keep on bringing that up?
And they claim that all the channels are working together as like an evil team, which is 100% not true, by the way. I think they say this because it's a way for them to morally justify going after people that didn't really do much to them. Because, for example, they can take a random comment from a random person who, I don't know, they posted their address somewhere, like on Reddit or something. They can take that comment, and then in their mind, they can say, this random person is a part of the group with Primic, and they
just another angle to get more support, maybe.
Actually, so I can now dox Primic and not feel bad about it because I'm the victim here. Even though I have never doxed them or even hinted at doxing them, they have rationalized that they are allowed to do it because I'm a part of the team
still
that's
looks
doxing
so
them. They're twisting reality
impractical
so that
to
they
me.
don't feel like bad people. And I'm not a psychologist. I don't know what's going on. But I've analyzed these two gals a lot over the years because
Think Karens leech off people's money like a parasite? Maybe. Do you think that they have a job or like... Supposedly there's a dad. I don't know if he's still married, but he's disabled. I don't know what's going on.
Like, what makes them tick? And I've come to the conclusion that I think they have one of the most severe cases of narcissism that ever existed in the world. There's this one interview that Lily
Okay,
and her
the
mom
reason
did
why I
together.
don't have an issue with him making the narcissism claim versus Dogpack is he's a lot more comical, and it's clear that it's comical. Versus with the Dogpack, he's just like bringing it up. Oh, they're a Mr. Beat's a sociopath, and it's because I said so. Here's like a list. It's like it very well could be, but I don't know if you're really the one to diagnose that, man.
Together. I hope I have a copy of the video. I might not. But at one point in the video, Lily asked her mom, "What do you think is your worst trait?" And Lily's mom then says,
maybe it is her job to be a Karen. Imagine professional Karens. That would be interesting. Actually, aren't like debt collectors kind of professional Karens? Am I wrong with that?
Honestly, I've been working on this my whole life, and it's probably never going to change.
I know what it is, but go on.
But I mean, I have you, so you like make sure I don't. I have great compassion for people.
I
I know everybody's like probably like.
and I'm like, oh, narcissism.
Wait,
That's
what?
like-
great change.
I know.
Then says,
Honestly, I've been working on this my whole life, and it's probably never going to change.
I know what it is, but go on.
But I mean, I have you, so you like make sure I don't. I have great compassion for people. I know everybody's like probably like.
and I'm like, oh,
Oh, good lord. Was she saying that her greatest weakness was her compassion? Well, I guess your weakness is your compassion because you lack it. What the hell? There are two kinds of people with the standard Karen hairstyle. Actual Karens, and in my experience, women with the best barbecue ever. Ooh, barbecue sounds good right now. Oh, yeah. Karen equals debt collector? I mean, maybe.
That's the answer.
I mean, you would want to pay back that debt, otherwise Karen would be going after you every single day. Would you want to be hunted by Karen every single day? No, you'd want to pay your collections.
Of the code. Hey Prim, what's your worst trait? I'm just very funny and intelligent and smart, and I smell really good. I think those are my worst traits. So after I received all these emails and the doxing, I was like, okay, this has to stop. This can't go on. Email on YouTube didn't work. Email on Lily didn't work. Ignoring them didn't work. A video didn't work. No more being discreet.
Dude, best debt collector.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here for, I guess, my 100th Mint commercial. No, don't.
Bye-bye, Deadpool.
It's time for a campaign. And this isn't a presidential campaign. This is a destruction campaign. So I started a Twitter campaign, and I just made a short and sweet thread showing everything I just talked about. And I tagged all of YouTube's main accounts, and then I just sat by and waited. I believe, in total, it was viewed like 500,000 times, and a whole bunch of creators like Turkey Tom, Justin Wang, Slightly Gets Real, Nicholas Duroyo. There's probably more I'm forgetting. I'm sorry. But a bunch of creators, they all shared it to their people as well. And everyone was tagging YouTube in the comments. It was viewed a lot, is what I'm trying to say. But
use the power of dogpiling YouTube for good. Get a bunch of Karens to get your money, and they will succeed like 70% more than the standard debt collectors, probably.
Then a week goes by, and YouTube didn't respond. And this is where I put a tinfoil hat on, and I got a little kooky. Because if you don't know,
that
YouTube
stock
support
footage?
responds to literally anyone that @s them. You could have an account with 0 followers and a blank profile. And if you tag at YouTube team support with a question, someone's going to respond to you. They respond to everyone. So in my mind,
So they basically forced YouTubers to use Twitter because, like, YouTube can't handle email for some reason?
I was like, there is no way possible at this point that YouTube has not seen this. They have been tagged so many times. So are they just ignoring me willingly? So I started thinking back to all my interactions with YouTube, and I'm like, wait, YouTube has never sent me my play button. And actually, YouTube refuses to send me my play
How many
button.
years has it been?
One day I emailed them and I was like, hey, could I get my play buttons? I've never received them. And the person I was talking to said, no, we can't send you your play button. And then I said,
Because he hit 500
okay,
at least 4 years ago. And he never got his play buttons. Wow.
And they said, you can't have your play buttons, and we can't tell you why you can't have them.
What?
But you can't have them. And I was like, okay.
Huh?
That's a weird.
That is very weird.
Okay. Didn't want them anyways. And I thought
YouTube can't, but Primic probably got someone that wasn't from America to help him. Oh, yeah. Like, the kind of sweatshop call center type thing. Maybe.
back about more YouTube interactions, and I was like, I also don't have a channel rep, which if you aren't aware, every YouTuber is given a specific YouTube employee to email, and you're given this employee once
I don't know
your
if that's
channel
true.
gets big enough. And I don't know if there's a cutoff, but everyone I know that's above 100,000 subscribers is given a channel rep, but for some reason, they never gave me one. And I'm not complaining. I don't really care about that stuff. If I'm on, well, okay, the play buttons would be nice, because every few weeks, you get a little depressed, and I'm like, I'm a failure. I deserve more happiness in life. I have done nothing. You suck. And
I
in those
agree with
moments,
that. Yes, I
could
do
look at my
do that.
wall, and I could see those play buttons shining, and I could know that I did achieve something.
Good job,
not getting
Primic.
a
Poor
play button,
Primic.
not giving a rep, the support emails ignoring everything I did, and now them ignoring me on Twitter and my video. My tinfoil brain was going off, and I was like, maybe they hate me. Maybe, maybe someone at YouTube just really hates me for some reason. Maybe I made a video
hopefully
on
not.
someone they were like a huge fan of, like Revzilla or something. I don't know.
This was
And
all
they
because of the video against Revzilla. That's what started everything.
blacklisted me, and everyone there hates me. And for a small moment, I was defeated, and I thought maybe I should throw in the towel. But then a fire inside me grew, and I said, I don't need you, YouTube. YouTube, More like, you suck. How about that?
Yeah,
Okay?
fair
You didn't
enough.
expect that, did you? So my new plan was like, YouTube doesn't care at all. So I'm just gonna try and get as many people as I can possible to cover this story. And my idea
Probably
was,
the best
if I make
strategy.
this big enough, then YouTube won't be able to ignore it, and they would have to respond in some way. So I started emailing creators. I started DMing people.
I think they look like Samus for a second. What?
In touch with some journalists, and then I told people, if viewers like emailed me and they said, how can I help? I said, listen, just email creators and say, please cover this. That's all I need. And like superheroes
That would make sense.
flying in to save the day. Ton of large creators made videos, and small creators. Listen, anyone that
Yes, partners on YouTube get handlers, but the site grew too fast and they don't have enough handlers. And when the ones they have are mad because they are overworked. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I don't know how practical it is to do that.
made a video. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And then a journalist I talked to released an article.
Maybe. Can you imagine DSP's handler workload? I don't know. But it's also like DSP survives. He will just continue to survive. You cannot stop him. He will continue. I will probably be like canceled or deplatformed, or I'll just stop doing YouTube and Twitch before DSP stops, because you cannot stop DSP. DSP is unstoppable. Hey, I'd take YouTube hating me as an accomplishment. Fair enough, true. The Samus looking one is actually called a hunter, I think. Oh, and she's a bounty hunter, so that's a funny little coincidence. Also, DSP is an experience in how the hell he is still around. Yeah. One of these days, I might react to the video. They do a breakdown of his finances a little bit, of how much he actually spent on WWE champions. I don't like how they got that information, but it's very interesting.
Article. Oh, and a funny thing about this article, the journalist actually gave Lily and her mom a chance to share their side of the story, because that's how journalists work, right? And when he reached out to Lily and her mom to give them
if they're
a
a
chance
good
to tell their
journalist,
side
I
of the
guess.
story, they instead apparently, supposedly, disclaimer, threatened him and his bosses with legal action.
What?
And apparently, even crazier,
Dude.
the journalist, his name was Steve A. Sarch, I believe.
Huh.
His father was a judge.
He is like top 10 spenders from what I remember. I would not be surprised at all. He spent like 40,000 in that game.
Who sadly passed away.
Who? And it's like a WWE like gem matching game. Why?
And he said Lily and her mom also brought up his dead father being a judge to like somehow imply he is above the legal system or something, maybe. I don't know what their intentions were, but that was really messed up. So here they are, the two people that have claimed for years they are victims. They have a journalist who has open ears, he's fair, he's trying to get your side of the story. Instead of telling your side of the story, you decide to threaten him with legal action and then bring up his dead father. And I think this shows that...
Which is fine, but he also owes a ton of taxes. Yeah, no, The thing was, people were saying that the reason why he wasn't paying his taxes was because he was spending it on alcohol in the WWE. And I think he tried to write off the WWE as like a business expense, even though he never played it on stream. I don't gotcha shame, but pay your bills and protect your wife from homelessness. Oh yeah, he's married too. He's got a what's her name, Cat, and he has a cat too, but I forget what the cat's name is. But I remember that there was a cat, and there's Cat. But yeah.
Deep down, they must know that they're in the wrong, because if you are an actual victim, right, and you think you are right in this situation, then when you have a platform to vocalize your story, why would you not take that? This journalist, he did a...
I don't even know if this guy's a good journalist or not, but I feel like the best journalists are independent, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like they're more willing to go out and actually get the correct information and not just go along with the bias, but I could be wrong. Yeah, he has a cat too. What is it? Jasper, right? Gonna find his cat. DSP Jasper. Yeah, Jasper the cat. As far as I know, he eats. He looks like he's fine, I think. I hope he's fine.
a very good job. He spoke to multiple creators.
I mainly like learn about DSP's current activities in increments. I don't like actively follow him all the time, so I don't know how Jasper's doing. I did not dox his cat. He showed his cat. I'm not doxing his cat. If it's not SF, oh, not Street Fighter crying. I don't know about it from Phil. I'm not a cat
He was
doxer.
getting.
Well, I guess I kind of doxed my own cat a little bit. Actually, you guys don't know my cat's name. You guys can guess my cat's name, and I will
All
tell you
sides
if you
of the
are
story.
correct.
He also did a follow-up article. I'm gonna
If
link both.
I get 30, if I actually do get to that 30 number, I'll tell you my cat's name if you guys ask.
Them in the description. Go
I
check
know
them
it's
out.
kind of
Give him
lame,
some
but still.
support. So every day, more and more videos were
You was the top American one time. I wouldn't be surprised.
coming out. Still no response from YouTube. They hate me. I hate them. But then one day, Nicholas Diorio, he's a.
If there's one YouTuber you want on your side, I would say that
commentary channel.
I would say that Nicholas Diorio is kind of on there in terms of YouTubers I'd want on my side. In terms of like just how he uses his audience, if that makes sense. He tends to generally use it for good, but still, he's got some pretty dedicated people.
He did a live stream on his channel going over everything. And in the middle of his live stream, Lily uploaded 3 or 4 videos to her channel. I thought it was 4, but people told me it was only 3 and they were deleted really
The internet
fast.
John
so
Wick.
I'm not 100% sure how many videos it was. Disclaimer, I'm crazy, allegedly. But one of the videos she uploaded was titled, "He has been stalking me since I was a minor."
I wouldn't be surprised if they called him that.
Reports.
Do you not understand that calling in a fake tip is the equivalent of having a gun against somebody's head?
And let's just take
What? 1, it wasn't fake. 2, what? I guess like swatting's a thing, but I don't think that this type of tip would lead to swatting. What are you talking about?
Moment to appreciate that title because listen, she said he could be anyone, but from the content of the video, I think it's safe to say that he does mean me. And I would like to say that I have only known Lily.
Well, what's ironic? The internet John Wick or something else.
As an adult, when I learned about this story, she was already either 18 or 19. I never knew her as a minor, so how could I be stalking you since you were a minor?
Yeah, no, yeah. Fake tip, gun to the head. There was galactic leap there. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, no. Lily's definitely definitely hypocritical. For sure.
A twisted reality to justify them being insanely horrible to people. Remember that. And also, the only stalking that has occurred is them finding where I live in my legal name. That is the only stalking that has occurred here. You absolute spawn of Satan. You demon child. Your mother's Satan. You're a demon. What are you talking about? So inside this video, she showed emails that
he's
had
finally like hit the point where he just can't anymore. He's actually he's making a little bit more direct jokes at them. That's fair.
A legal name, clear as day, uncensored. And what's funny about this is if you actually examine the email, she censored out the names of like private detectives and stuff, but she, in my opinion, she purposely left my name clear as day. And then later in this video, they showed like IP tracking from, I think it was her website. She was grabbing people's IPs and seeing where they live. And they have my IP, which they don't show.
This is why you use a VPN. You don't want her having your IP address. What the hell?
IP, but they do show the city and state I'm living in. How are you going to title a video, "He has been stalking me since I was a minor," and then the contents of the video is
Kermit, you weren't using a VPN? You didn't have like a Surfshark or a NordVPN reach out to you or anything?
You showing my IP and where I live and my...
He's gonna say her mom's 6D and hex soon. Automod me. It didn't automod. So you're good.
Is there no sense of irony here?
But yeah,
and also, for the record, just to
the
get
Exorcist,
everything out there, the only time
yeah.
I have ever spoken to either Lily or Lore ever was 4 years ago. Right after my original video was made, Lily went on an Instagram live stream and she was claiming my video was fake and lying. So I went to the chat and I said, "Hey Lily, could you send me your YouTube analytics so I can see if they're real or not? Because that would prove if they..."
I guess. I don't know what it is, cats. I don't know why Automod always goes after you.
Were fake or not. She told me that she can't show her analytics live because it shows her finances. And I said,
no, it doesn't.
No, I have YouTube analytics. I know what is shown. You could just go to the audience page. No finances there at all. And she refused to do this.
Go to
but
war with Automod.
Later, I think she posted her
I got your
YouTube
back.
analytics on her Instagram story. I don't think I even saw that. but even if I did, like at that point, you've photoshopped it, right? So I don't care what it says. But anyways, that's the only time that I've ever had a conversation with them. That's my interaction with you. In what way, shape, or form is that stalking?
That's
Dealing
no sleep.
with some demons. They demonic spawn of Satan is
Oh
all
my
I can
gosh.
say about this. So they post 4 videos, 3 videos, not sure. One of them doxes me. So I saw that
course.
and I was like, oh crap. So I frantically made a tweet and then I messaged Nicholas Diorio and I told him that they were currently doxing me right as we speak while you're streaming. And then Nick saw that and he told everyone in his live stream to go on Twitter and spam @Team YouTube under all of my tweets.
Yeah, honestly, if you're watching right now, this is not brigading, because we like this person. @Team YouTube. That's not Team YouTube. White House COVID response team. At the White House COVID response team. And then, honestly, if you're doing this, I'm gonna put it in chat. Copy paste this and put it in the
yeah, you
comments
still
too.
have
If we can
thumbs.
get, like,
That's
1,000
good.
of you to do that, it might help.
I'm eternally grateful to Nick because when he did this, it sent like 100 people spamming YouTube under my post. And within, I think, like less than 5 minutes, I ended up receiving 4 different replies from them at the exact same time. And then what's more weird is they deleted the 4
Honestly,
replies.
wouldn't your middle finger be more valuable than your thumb in that case? To tell off the bot?
And the only evidence I have that they exist is a screenshot from my Apple Watch because I saw them making the post and then I saw them deleting them and I was like, what is happening here? This is crazy. So I quickly grabbed a screenshot, but they were gone within, I want to say like a few seconds. So after they deleted them, they then made a final reply and it said, we're so sorry for the delay here. Looking into this right now and we'll follow
Finally,
up
it only
soon."
took like 3 months since he made the first video. Well, I'm on mobile right now, so my thumbs. Let me tell it to
And then
buzz out.
shortly
Fair
after this
enough.
reply, I received a DM from YouTube support, which said, "Hi Primic, first of all, we're so sorry we've missed your tweets. I can see that you and the community have been tagging us. Truthfully,
Oh my
don't know how
gosh,
you've missed them."
that is like the understatement of the century. What the hell?
Listen, you've missed a lot here. You've missed a video. You've missed emails. You've missed a lot of tagging.
Postal thumbs are what gives us power over the universe.
I
Again.
don't know how, but better late than never. In an ideal world where I'm confident and crazy, that's what I would have said. But what I actually said was, it's okay. Thanks for reaching out now. And then they said, I've just passed these on to the team
on you
and
for
they're
the self-control.
investigating. In the
from Mick.
meantime, you want to provide further info, screenshots, any details, please share here. And then I say, there's a lot. I'll start grabbing them. And then I send everything I talked about, basically. Just, I was spamming them. They got a lot. Next, what happened is I received an email from someone who I think is like, I think they're really high up at YouTube. Just based on how professional and nice they were. I'm not going to show these emails because I was told that you're not supposed to share these emails. Some larger creators scared me and they're like, don't share them. That's a no-no. They'll be mad. And also, even besides that, the person I talked to was super nice and I want to respect them. So I'm going to keep them private. But in summary, what happened was this person watched my videos. We had a little chat and they started an internal investigation with the copyright team that YouTube has, and they began looking at every single copyright claim that Lily or her mom had filed over the years. And while it was happening, if you went to YouTube and you looked up Lily Jean videos, you would see that a bunch of random old videos started appearing. And you might be thinking, how does a video uploaded 5 years ago start appearing? Well, it's because YouTube was reviewing the claims, and when the claims were false, they would reinstate the videos. So you just saw all these old videos popping up. And while
I'm trying to remember, like there was a reference that this kind of reminded me of, but I can't remember what it was. I remember that it existed. I'm not sure if it was from Power Rangers, an anime, Avatar, I don't know, but or maybe it was an internet meme. But I remember something where it's like a bunch of like the people who had been defeated are like coming back and they're all like popping up again and they're gonna come and fight the final boss. I don't know where it was from though. And it's driving me a little bit crazy because it's like I remember this so clearly in my head, kind of, but I can't remember where it's from.
Happening, I was told apparently every time a claim was reversed, the YouTube copyright team would send Lily an email saying, hey, this claim was false, video's back up. And I would give anything.
I guess. Maybe Endgame. Maybe Endgame. Maybe it's that. I mean, DBZ generally every season. Well, some of them they have to stay dead a little bit sometimes, but yeah, no, they get worse back like every season. Yeah, it might be
I would
Endgame.
give anything in the world. So
You know what? It's probably Endgame. I need to like get a meme of that or
eye on the
something.
wall in Lily's computer room when her and her mom sat down on their computer and they started getting spammed with pings that
Oh
all
my
of
gosh,
the
the
videos that they
rage.
spent
The rage
years
must have been
removing, all of
glorious.
them were coming back. I would give anything to get the reaction there. Again, Lily, the cycle. You do crazy stuff. People talk about it. It hurts you. The cycle stops cycling when you stop doing the crazy stuff. Uploaded a video of my
that's fair.
docs is crazy stuff. So about a week passed and the investigation was done and numerous videos were brought back. Next, I was told by the rep that there were actions taken against Lily Jean's channel, but I wasn't allowed to know what the actions were. And when I read that, I was like, come on, you gotta tell me something here. I've been through a lot. I think I need a little details. And eventually this person did deliver some info, kind of. Well,
What is it?
sort of. Essentially what they said is abuse of the copyright system can lead to channel deletion or legal issues. And then they referenced YouTube versus Brady, which was a court case where YouTube sued one of their creators because they this creator was filing false copyright claims against their competition, like Roblox channels or something. So they referenced that, and then they said that they can't give me any more details than that because at this point, this is a legal matter.
Avengers Assemble, out comes a bunch of commentary tubers that pretty much have a hate boner for Jean. Yeah, and it's a bunch of like little guys too, and they're all coming back, and they're all gonna get her. They're all gonna get her.
Now, the way they worded all this is a really open-ended, and it could be taken a lot of ways. But the way I interpreted it is either A, they are in the process of taking legal action against Lily and her mom, or B, they have
Yeah, that's very true. They shouldn't tell them if the other person is getting punished. Honestly, from a company standpoint, I wouldn't be. Yeah,
sent clear legal warnings to Lily that something will happen if she continues. Now, I ended up kind of pushing back on this because they also investigated the doxing that happened, and apparently in YouTube's policy, you're allowed to dox someone that's a public figure. So since I have a YouTube channel, I'm a public figure. Anyone's allowed to post my name and where I live, apparently.
yeah. YouTube isn't the best at being professional. That's fair. At what point are you a public figure on YouTube? If you have one view and you have one video and you have 0 subscribers, are you a public figure? What's the threshold for public figure? You're gonna dox my cat? Oh, my cat, you already have like pictures of my cat. I guess. I don't know. But yeah.
Even though my channel's anonymous and I've never shared my name and where I live, apparently that's their policy. And I push back heavily on this because also, are you telling me that I can just dox any YouTube creator? Can I go to the YouTube like creator channel and grab those people's names and where they live and I can post that? Because I think if I did that, my channel
If he was truly unhinged, he'd do that just to prove a point.
Would be deleted within 24 hours. I don't think they'd allow
probably.
that, but apparently that's their policy. So beggars can't be choosers. We started this with YouTube ignoring us, so we got somewhere. And at the end of the day, Lily and her mom are no longer allowed to abuse the copyright system on YouTube, which is a win for everyone. So that's kind of the end of the updates.
That's the reason why I'm gonna post these on YouTube. Gonna see how it goes. If anything horrible happens, you know what happens. You know who did it.
Is some possible legal stuff on the horizon, but I'll save that for another video if/when that happens. I want to speak to Lily real quick. Lily, I know you're still here. My biggest fan, my biggest supporter. I'm giving you real advice. I know I joke a lot. I can't be serious, but everything I say from this point on, I'm being serious. I think the path you're on.
I think mass posting is illegal, but yes, doxing is legal. It's why they have maps to the stars in Hollywood. Yeah, I know that doxing is legal. Generally, it's more the company policy, I guess, is the question. Because as far as I know, doxing is legal in the U.S. I think it's more about if you obtained it illegally, then that's where the issue is. The doxing itself isn't the issue, if I remember correctly. It's more just like an internet. It's more just like an internet etiquette no type thing than it is a legal thing.
Good. And I'm saying this as someone who despises you and your mother very deeply. But for the sake of your own future, I think you should rethink everything that's happening. I'm not going to talk about your family's finances or anything like that, even though lawsuits are public record. But in like...
Can I see
talk about your family's finances or anything like that, even though lawsuits are...
What? I feel like I got like content blocked. What was the lawsuits?
Or public record. But in like 10 to 20 years, your parents aren't going to be around anymore. And you're going to be left with no money or anything to your name for that matter. You're going to be left with no job experience and you're going to be left with no friends. And if I was you or your parent, the thought of that would absolutely terrify me. You have put all of your eggs in the get famous basket. And I don't think that basket's going anywhere because you don't seem passionate about anything you do. You just switch from hobby to hobby, trying to get some traction. But that's not how you get famous. You get famous by finding something you actually love to do. And then that passion make
the company can choose to terminate relationship with doxers though, but YouTube doesn't have stomach to do that. Same with mass copyright abusers. Yeah, like didn't like Sniper Wolf get in trouble for like doxing someone or something? But I think she's still like fine YouTube wise.
People want to support you. And when you're not passionate about something, which I've never seen passion in your videos. When I watch your videos, I don't
Yeah,
see
so this goes more for the theory that her mom's forcing her to do this.
Someone who is loving what they're doing. I see someone who is just trying to push out as much content as they can because they're trying to find their ticket to fame.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's going to work out. And I think your future is looking very not good. I'm sure
Yeah,
your mother loves you deeply
she is
in
a stalker.
Gypsy Rose kind of way. That's sorry.
Oh wait, oh Sniper Wolf? Oh, Sniper Wolf was a stalker. Oh, she showed up at a house. Oh wow. Oh, they only slept around the rest. Okay, showing up at someone's house is kind of deranged.
That's a joke. Not a Gypsy Rose kind of way. More like a codependency. What's that word? Enmeshment. Look up that word.
It's enmeshment. Okay, let's see what this is. Uncleared, blurred, or non-existent boundaries between family members. Members often have difficulty differentiating their own emotions, needs, and issues from others in the dynamic. Honestly, that sounds about right. Like boundaries, like privacy, emotional fusion. Do what your parent/family wants rather than what you want. Your parent/family makes decisions for you. Your parent/family expects emotional support from you. Your parent/family is excessively involved in your life. Holy shit, this does sound like her. Lack of identity and sense of self, inability to act out of or think for self, people pleasing, fear of conflict. Maybe not fear of conflict, but maybe fear of conflict with her mother. Trouble forming and maintaining healthy relationships. Reliance on external validation. Holy shit, that's real. That's true. Lack of emotional regulation, feelings of guilt, shame, and resentment, mental health issues, developmental issues, illness, trauma. Oh, so that was the signs and the effects. Possible causes: illness, trauma, and other possible issues passed down from previous generation. Overprotective parenting. That's what it seems like. Cultural and social norms. How to heal: recognize enmeshment, set boundaries, discover and explore self, reach out for support, practice self-care, strive for balance in the relationship if possible. Huh. Enmeshment is the word of the day. Yeah. You feel smarter from it? That's good. That's how you know that YouTube sees that doxing is legal and completely fine. Overprotective parenting? Nah, can't be that.
Lily, I think that's what's happening here, and I think your mom is setting you up for a horrible future, and maybe she's not even intentionally doing it. Maybe she just...
I don't think she's intentionally doing it. But I think I do agree that it's happening.
Doesn't realize what she is doing. I think you should get a job somewhere, not even full-time, maybe part-time, at like Starbucks or something. You can make some money, you can make some friends, and you can escape from the internet. You could still do your famous goal on the side. I think you just need to have a path where if the famous goal doesn't work out, you're still fine. And I think at this point, if the fame doesn't work out, which chances are it's not going to, you're going to be in a very bad spot. You spent the last 7+ years making no progress in any of your goals, and you're constantly torturing yourself by reading and watching everything online that is made about you. I don't think I'm going to get through to you. I think you're going to listen to all that and be like, he's evil. He wants me dead. He's a stalker. But I'm genuinely trying to give you good advice here, which I don't think you deserve. I'm like, what's that Scrooge character? I'm the ghost from the future, and I'm seeing stuff. And
why are they showing Marley then? That's just Marley, not the future ghost. I agree that I think it comes from a place of love, but wars were waged for love too. You, Helen? Oh, Helen of Troy. Yeah.
And it's not looking good. All right, that's all. Goodbye. Whoever made it this far, love ya. You get an extra kiss.
Videos unavailable. Interesting. What else does he have on here? I didn't know that he had like another channel. Oh, he only has one. He only has one video here. No wonder I didn't see it because I'm only subscribed to his other channel. Again, on my like outside of my YouTuber thing. I need to get up early for tomorrow's stream. I'm sure that Katz has to deal with the annoying airport. So I'm probably gonna call it here. I really appreciate you guys coming and checking me out. I had a lot of fun. I hope that you guys had some fun. We learned what the word enmeshment means, so that's fun. So I'll probably head out. I hope I'll see some of you tomorrow. And have a good night. Yeah, I hate airports. It's my least favorite part of traveling is the freaking airports. Hate them. Okay, bye guys.